Hey, thank you for being patient. Thanks everyone for your patience and us getting back online. We had a little bit of technical difficulties, but we back, so let's get it cracking. We were talking about the relationship between past, present, and future, how important that is. Time. The time and time, attention, money, the time part is so fucking deep that I want you guys to really think in other layers about your time and how you spend your time and what you spend your time doing, and how important time management and time allocation is as an entrepreneur, as a family person, as a human being. Time is time allocation. None of this moves without time. Have you ever heard somebody who in a fucked up situation with a fucked up life get advice on how to improve their situation in life, and they said, well, I don't have time? Excuse me? You don't have time? When the time that you're spending right now is already a mess. It's turmoil. The smart thing to do is quit what you're doing right now, because it's wasting time. It's a waste of time. So that's the kind of the dichotomy that some of our brains are in. We'll be living a life or doing something that we hate, and when introduced with a better way or a way that can improve their life, they say they don't have the time. I don't got the time to read all them books. I don't got the time to go to school. I don't got the time to work out. I don't got the time to meditate. I don't got the time. Excuse me? You don't got the time to work out? Wait, hold up. You don't got the time to work out? When statistics shows that a person who works out on average gets an extra 8 years to their life. Time. I don't have time to eat good. I'm so busy. Wait, what? Do you know statistically, that's another 8 years tacked on. So what you're inevitably doing is losing time. So audit, application, transformation. That is what we're doing here. That is what you're doing. That is what we're doing is audit, application, transformation. Audit is past. Application is present. See what I'm saying? Audit is past. Application is present. Transformation is rooted in future because you have an intention on what you want to do. What do I want to improve? You just created strategy for future. How do I want to get better? You're creating strategy for future. What do I want to transform into? That's strategy. You're in the future. The audit is past. The application is present for the transformation in the future. It's important shit. And so if you are the same person walking your ass into 2026 as you were in 2025, you wasted time. And you don't get to be the same age anymore. This age you are now is a wrap. It's over. It's gone. What did you do with it? And we have a finite, we're all going to die at some point. We all going to die at some point. We all going to croak, and we're going to be underneath the ground growing grass in somebody's lawn. Age you are now is a wrap. So understand why time is so precious. And as a human being, the volatility of life is also there. Anything can fucking happen. So how are you maximizing time? The way you maximize it is through the audit, through application and transformation. What do you want people to say about you after you're gone? It has nothing to do with perfection. Everything to do with who you grew into. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Let's keep going. Cognitive distortions. You know a little bit about cognitive distortions? Anybody? You guys know that?
Yes.
We've been preaching this shit for how long?
Years.
4? Almost 5. Cognitive distortions. Cognitive distortions. Go ahead.
Your mind lies to you every single day. Cognitive distortions are mental traps that twist your thinking, create emotional chaos, and lead to false conclusions.
So these are going to be nutshell breakdowns of what some of these are, because hopefully you know what most of these are. But short reminders. Here's a heuristic that you can run with. This is a beautiful one that you can run with every single day of your life. Your mind lies to you every day. Your mind is lying, not on purpose. It's doing it to protect you. It's doing it for your survival. So it's not purposely lying, but the mind is creating pictures, ideas, thoughts, reasoning to protect you all day, every day. So the higher self version of you that's operating, that's here in this class, that's listening, that's deducing, that's coming up with different ideologies and ideations based on what we're talking about, that version of you is the version that can say, oh, shit, let me stop because my mind might be lying to me. Hold on, let me come back to this because my mind might be lying to me. Time out. I know, no, it's not that easy. My mind's lying to me. When you have the ability to have that conversation back and forth with yourself, that now you're in the mix with your cognitive distortions. They're mental traps. Cognitive distortions are that we put ourselves through all day, every day. Do not think that human beings are just dumb or just stupid. Most of the time, human beings are highly intelligent. They are just trapped and consumed by cognitive distortions. So, let's go to the next slide.
List of distortions covered this year: emotional reasoning, all or nothing thinking, catastrophizing, personalization, mind reading, overgeneralization, comparison distortion, fortune telling, should statements.
So this question is for you, and I would love to get some interaction with you guys. Which distortions do you fall into the most, and how has it cost you this year? Who wants to start? Shakina, and then we'll go you.
Emotional reasoning all day.
Explain that.
My press secretary, it just has a way of trying to protect me. And so being the pragmatic person that my martial arts teacher tells me that I am, I will oftentimes use my intellect to reason with reality. So I'll come up with excuses that sound so damn sexy. You know, you hear it and you like, yeah, you on to something. And you look back at the facts and you like, nah, buddy.
Thank you for sharing that. Go ahead. Press the button. There you go.
I feel like emotional reasoning or and all or nothing thinking, because I try to deflect a lot when it comes to taking accountability sometimes, and all or nothing because I have a way of like telling myself like, oh, if I don't do this, then I'm just gonna like fail it like altogether, just because I missed like one thing.
That's good.
I would fall into emotional reasoning too. I feel like I got much better towards the end of the year in terms of just problem solving. So in the beginning, I used to problem solve a lot from taking on other people's emotions and then that transferring into how I feel about something and then making a decision from there as opposed to looking at the facts.
Absolutely dope. And you have gotten so much better. You've improved a lot. Anybody else? This is good. This is good. Anybody online?
Not online yet, but I was going to say my two runner-ups are definitely personalization and mind reading, because oftentimes there will be situations that'll happen externally, like in my business or in my circle, and I'll tell myself a story about what that is, and then the whole monkey mind thing of like, well, they probably meant this or this. And so then I'm like creating a lot of scenarios and assumptions as opposed to just being like, hey, I don't want to make an assumption. Did you mean X, Y, and Z? And so like I've grown in that area, but definitely in times when I'm not in my best state of mind. They say like you really are the person when you're emotional. So I'm like, yeah, in my calm Zen state, I'm great. But in my non-calm state, I can be on the outer skirts and fringes of things. And so those are like the runner-ups.
Dope.
Yeah, for me, I'll say catastrophizing from the sense of expecting the worst and almost like preparing for it. And then as I'm preparing for it, I was like, I'm attracting it. Like I expect bad because it's happened before. Like we was talking before, like having a challenging year. I've had those years. So I'm like, oh shit, what if it happens again? All right, let me start planning for it. If this happens or if deals fall through, I'm in real estate. So I'm just expecting that. And sometimes it doesn't even happen. I'm like, damn, I spent so much energy expecting that. Why didn't I expect abundance of deals to happen? And so, yeah, that's something I've definitely fell into this year and working myself out of.
Fire. Thank you.
Thank you. Just to, I guess, add to that kind of, but I would say the same cognitive distortion for me, but in a different way. I tend to be a perfectionist, and when I think about a lot of things, I'm like, okay, this small thing might happen, but I make that small thing out to be the worst thing in the world, and then don't move forward with something. So I make kind of something that could be a really simple setback into, in my mind, a really big one, and then I don't necessarily move forward with something. So I'd say kind of from that angle, catastrophizing.
Nice.
Can I add some little heat to this? Has anybody ever said black people, white people, Latino people, Latinx, LGBTQ, and then after that followed with a philosophy or insight? Have we ever did that before? That's overgeneralization. Has anybody been online and been irritated by something that somebody did? That's personalization. These are so cold. Has anybody got caught up in that Trump is about to destroy the dollar or the society is about to fall apart? That's fortune telling. There's so much here. I just wanted to add, when you get into these, like as you dive deeper, I think it's what's important is that what surfaces in the beginning is probably the strongest one, but you'll be surprised how some of these are baked in. And when you start to work on business strategies, if you're not, if you get mad at somebody in your family, you say they should have did this, or what they should have done, or what the next politician should do, or if I was that company, I would do this, or what she should. Anytime you ever say that, you don't realize how much of a distortion that is. So why that's important is because when you get into like making really critical decisions, it's small degrees of your decision being off that causes the most cost. And so these distortions are something that you got to constantly work on. And don't assume that I only got 2 of these. Like 2 may be dominant, but you'll be surprised how some of these other ones are huge.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's good.
Daphne.
That's closer to the truth.
Daphne said,
What's up, Daphne?
she has the all or nothing. If things don't go as planned, it means the worst has happened. I've improved a lot in this area this year.
That's a cold one. That's a cold one. If I don't know if you caught yourself, if you caught it, but you said I'm a perfectionist. Perfectionism is not on this list, but that's also one of the top cognitive distortions. So perfectionism is a thing that a lot of entrepreneurs have. And it's what a lot of entrepreneurs have to let go of in order to grow and be successful in the game. Thank you for sharing, everybody. Let's keep that going. That energy's good. You know why? Because whatever you're experiencing, it allows someone else to share that experience with you. And it creates community conversation to say, oh shit, that's me, or that gives me an idea. So that's how we grow. We grow more from that necessarily than even me sitting up here talking. Next slide.
Emotional agility. Feeling is human. Getting hooked is optional.
Emotional agility. So we talked a lot about emotional agility this year. I went further in emotional agility and slowed it down even more so for the purpose of the feedback I was getting from the class and our conversations, because I felt like this hump we haven't got over completely yet. So I wanted to slow down with that book, Emotional Agility. Go ahead.
Emotional agility is the ability to step back from your emotions, observe them, and choose your response instead of reacting impulsively.
Okay, so now, does anybody remember the heuristic from last slide? Remember I said this little quote is something that's simple that you can remember. Your brain always lies to you. Lock that in your mind. That's a tool for you in the future to help you even as you walk out this door tonight. If you acknowledge and you put that tool in your mind that my brain is always lying to me, then that can allow you to separate yourself enough to create logical decisions and pull yourself from cognitive distortions. Now, this one is feeling is human, getting hooked is optional. It's your heuristic number 2. Feeling is human, getting hooked is optional. So you can take a picture of it in your brain or write it down, but that's your second heuristic. If you can remember that, then that can allow you, when it's time to have emotional agility, that thing can help you create the space that you need to make the correct decision. Keep going.
There is a space between stimulus and response. What emotion hooks you instantly, and what usually happens after you get hooked?
Okay, so there is a space between stimulus and response, right? I was talking to Shakina one day, maybe this is like 8 months ago, and she was like, yeah, so this happened and I know there's a space between stimulus and response, but basically fuck that. Like I had to get it in the way I had to got it in. And I'm like, well, at least you know the heuristic part. Because there is a space between stimulus and response. For most people that come from where we come from, you can't even see through that motherfucking space. You can't even see a little bit of light through it. Stimulus, response. That's what 0 to 100 is. That's the definition of 0 to 100. Is that I don't waste no motherfucking time to react. And I take it to the top degree. 0 to 100 is no space between stimulus and response. So what emotional agility is over time you grow, you build, you grow space in between stimulus and response, which gives you an opportunity to act, gives you time to act properly. Goes back to time. All we're looking for with emotional agility is time. See what I'm saying? So have you ever got fired up and was willing to go do whatever in a situation, but you couldn't quite do it? I don't know what was the situation that prevented you from doing it, and then 24 hours later or even 3 hours later, you are calmer and that wasn't on your mind to behave in that capacity. That's because the time, the space between stimulus and response gave you an opportunity to think. And you're like, yeah, that's not right. Everybody has a capacity to be a crash out. It's not the YNs. Everyone does. It's more mature people with experience, people with things to lose, insert those things inside the space.
Man, I think this was like a few years ago when you handed me the emotional agility book. Like when I first started cold calling, one thing that used to always hook me was when older men called me buddy. I hate it. Like I lose my train of thought. And it was even worse when like older white men would call me like, hey buddy. I'm like, man, that's a cold game.
Cold game. And that's like everyone has different hooks. Everyone has different hooks. What emotion this year has hooked you this year instantly? Like, what is your version of buddy? I'll start, and I'm still working on that to this day, is that if I even sense a little bit that you're trying to bully me, big brother me, big homie, like son me, I get hooked. I'll go straight to, like, I want to go straight to 100 because I got this bully thing, this I can't stand bullies. So if I feel that energy from you, and half the time they don't even be trying to bully. That's just their personality, or that's just the way they talk, or they don't even realize that they're doing it, or they don't even have bad intentions. So in business, you're dealing with sharks. So everybody has a bold. If you're dealing with other entrepreneurs, most of the time they're confident, bold, confident. They're negotiating. They say what they want. They playing the negotiation game. And the way that I've gotten knocked off a lot of times in negotiation is just sensing bully behavior. And now I'm not thinking clearly. Now I'm trying to come at you versus play the negotiating game and find leverage to win the negotiation. That's one of them. So I've worked on that a lot, and this is probably my best year in terms of really observing myself. Just shut the fuck up and listen and allow people to get off what they're going to get off. And if I'm in a calm state, then I'm more powerful than in an emotional state. Anybody? Go ahead. You got the mic. You go ahead, then you after.
I got a couple, but the one that came to mind most this year is when people's actions don't match their words. And I had to kind of sit, because my first initial reaction is like, I can't trust you. You're not reliable. Like, I don't need that type of person in my space. And I had to step back and like give a little bit of grace and see like why was the disconnect? Because sometimes there is a reason, sometimes there's not. But without just like asking and, you know, instead of assuming, it's helped me like get a better understanding of it. But it's something about that, it don't sit right with me when somebody say they're gonna do something and they don't. It just, I lose it.
Interesting. That's what's up.
For me, it's always been like when adults abuse their power, like specifically like teachers, because like I'm in high school. So like when a teacher tries to do something like, oh, well, I'm the teacher, so you have to listen to me no matter what I say, and I'm better than you just because you're a child. That's always been something that's like gotten to me, like when there's like no mutual respect and they just feel like they can do absolutely whatever they want to you because you're a child.
Well, in 2 years, you're going to be a big dog anyway. You're going to be an adult.
Slowly roll, slowly roll. 2 years.
Big dog. That's a good one. I used to have the same thing as when I was a kid.
For me, it's being dismissed or disrespected. I go like
I feel
to
that
instant rage.
I
And like,
feel that one.
And I will say, like, it's funny because my press secretary wants to instantly be like, yeah, this is a problem that I struggle with, but I've gotten better. And like really just sitting with like, this is a weak spot for me and that's okay. And I'm working on it. But yeah, that's like, if I had to rate the thing that causes the most friction and slowdown in my growth, it would be letting go of that.
Dope.
Especially because you have typically, in order to grow, need to be able to take a step back and let things slide for you to get what you need to move forward. So that's like a big thing when you're trying to grow fast.
That's a good one. That reminded me, there's another one that I'm still working on it. I think it comes from, I was in the retarded class in high school for 4 years. So when somebody devalues my intelligence, I get triggered. And I used to get real tight and defensive, you know, and now I'm getting to the point to where I hold it and I'm trying to find ways, where can I use this? Where can I leverage this at? Or maybe I just don't say nothing at all and let them keep talking if they think my intelligence level is that low. Let them just give me all the information. Like it's so much power in emotional agility. We think reacting is the most powerful thing you could do. But not reacting and strategizing and executing the best strategy from it is so much more powerful. But that one has also been a hook for me for a long time. Anybody else before we move on? It's a good conversation. I'm learning something about y'all. Next slide.
Governing belief.
Governing beliefs.
Man,
Our favorites too.
we need to hit this every year.
Yeah. Dope.
Your deepest beliefs run your life. Most of them were formed in childhood and appear automatically without being questioned.
Okay. So if you want to know what's running you, like what is your operating system as a you? You know how Apple has Mac OS, right? It's a new name every fucking year and it's some kind of mountain somewhere, right? Sequoia OS 1.4. The OS of Tennille, the OS of Jordan, the operating system of Jordan is the governing beliefs that had been instilled in you as a child. I mean, 10 years old and younger. That's the operating system that most of us are running on. How many of us got MacBooks now that have 2010 operating systems on them? They don't even work well. They're hella slow, right? That you might not even be able to download certain shit. That's exactly what's happening to us right now. That's why this information of the class can come to you and you can't even grasp it. The same way if I'm trying to download Google Chrome in 2025 on a 2010 operating system, it says it's not compatible, right? It says the operating system's not compatible. You have to upgrade your operating system to download Google Chrome. Today's Google Chrome. So you can sit up in a Hope class, you can read books, you can watch motivational shit on YouTube, you can watch all the greats and the billionaires and speak. And if your operating system is on I'm Not Good Enough 2004, none of this is going to land. None of it's going to land. None of it. None of it. That's why We went so hard on governing beliefs. What is your operating system? What are you running on? And changing your operating system can be like upgrading your software. Changing your operating system on a Mac can be the same way. You have to upgrade your beliefs. Keep going.
Examples. I'm not good enough. People always leave. Nothing works out for me. I can only trust myself.
Like, this shit is so real. I'll fuck around and get emotional up here. Because you can live your whole life reading books and striving hard and working hard to be the best version of yourself and to reach your goals and to hit your targets and to become a millionaire and to become a good spouse, partner, friend. You can do all the work and still fail if your governing beliefs haven't been upgraded. If you're still running on the software of I can only trust myself, fail. If you still believe nothing ever works out for me, you're going to fail. Because you're going to do exactly what this brother did. That's your belief, your brain, which lies to you, is going to tell you that, oh shit, you can't trust a motherfucker, so I don't even know why you're doing this. And guess what you're going to fulfill?
Self-fulfilling prophecy.
See, I knew it. Which adds another score to that. I can't trust people. And now since you were 10 and now you 30, it's about 4,000 to 2. 4,000 times I couldn't trust nobody, and only 2 times I could, so I'm staying over here. This is so fucking important. Man, it's so important. You live a life, like if you don't upgrade your governing beliefs to 2025 and the things that you learn and turn them into beliefs, then you almost might as well do nothing, because you're either going to do nothing or sabotage yourself. The work is also down deep. The work is so. Tell me, what are some of the beliefs from your past that you think are still controlling your behavior today's time? Shakina.
Questioning my worth.
Ooh, shit. Damn, that's big.
Like, I literally create a cap on what I can achieve or how far I'll go because I don't feel like I'm worthy of like success or growing past my glass ceiling or big opportunities.
I'm getting emotional because I know what that feels like. That shit sucks. And you know what it does is you're like, what else do I do? I'm doing all the shit. I'm reading the books. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I don't know what, because it's the switch. And the thing about this switch is, can't nobody make you believe, have no governing belief. You gotta believe it. That work is on you internally to hit the switch. I can say, you're valuable. The world can say you're valuable. Like, you can win 1,000 Grammy Awards and it will literally not matter if you don't believe that you're valuable. Man, that's a good one. Anybody else? We family here. Keep that shit real.
Yeah, I'll go. I piggyback off that one of unworthiness or I'm not good enough. Yeah. But the one I feel like I worked through that. The one that still stays is I can only trust myself. I felt like choosing entrepreneurship was like really betting on myself. Really didn't have anybody around that supported. And it was like I had to prove myself against people. It was like, y'all don't believe me, then fuck y'all. You know? And it was like almost like competition. Like they the enemy and I'm thinking of them every day. Like, damn, my dad he didn't think I could do this. My mom wasn't going to support me. So now I'm like, I'm thinking of them as I'm working hard or trying to stay up late and, do these things. And so it alienated me from my support system because they're the people that could support me too. And even peers and friends. So I had to work myself out of that because I can only grow so much by myself. And I had to kind of get out of my own way and start trusting more, putting myself out there, saying where I need help and things like that. So it's still a work in progress. So.
Fire. Damn, that's a good one too. That's what we said. The prove to the haters is a good starter energy, but you got to clear it out because it's not sustainable. It's not scalable. Get a mic to Tennille and then you can go.
I think for me, it's not on there, but I wrote it down because I talked about it in therapy not too long ago. I have to be understood in order to be accepted. I think for me, when I think about that, oftentimes that manifests in terms of me being overproductive or overperforming or doing my best to make sure that people have clarity on my actions, my intentions, and my motives. And so sometimes I can be stuck in this space of like kind of anxiety provoking, like making sure my intentions are pure, making sure people understand. And so a lot of times I've like missed out on opportunities to just accept who I am and just be present. And oftentimes recognizing that me just being who I am is already me being accepted. So just kind of checking in with myself and validating that like being accepted is like a normal thing that we as humans desire. We desire to feel like we belong. We desire to feel connected. And so my desire and my intention is good, but like my method is faulty.
That's a big one. Knowing your deepest beliefs run your life and knowing sometimes your brain lies to you is a good heuristic that can help you back up and say, can I prove this in court? Like, what's really true? And what's my feedback loop? That's a good one.
I was going to say for me, having had some of the traumatic experiences I had as a child, I adopted this mindset of it's on me. So there was a lot at a young age that I had to take on and do and kind of make a way and make a whole lot of, try to make something out of a whole lot of nothing. And so that required me to like get the thing done, right? Like show up. And in many instances, that is celebrated because you get it done, you do it well, you accomplish things and you measure yourself by that. And one of the things that was really challenging for me when I left a 20-year run in education and plopped into the world of 510 Media was that system did not work at all in that space. And so I attached all that meant to me before to who I was as a person. And so when Nana would come in and have a conversation with me or want to say, Tennille, explain to me why you do it this way, I would get emotional. I might not show it to him, but I'd it's like the kid with the quivering lip. And then I'd be quiet on the phone. And then as soon as I hang up with him, I would just start crying in my car and be like, I'm doing my best. I'm showing up and I'm doing all these things. But it was this whole, I've realized through just his patience and like my team at 510 and my own, the work I'm striving to do in myself, that it doesn't have to only be on me. But the challenge I am having right now is there are a lot of areas in my life where I feel like there is a lot that is feeding that narrative, where I am carrying, I think, more than I probably should be in many areas of my life. And so that story comes back. It's on you. Make it happen. You want this? Go get it, because this person ain't stepping up to do it. So that has been the challenge of finding balance, because to a degree, there are some things that are me, right? I have to do the work. I have to be willing to grow. I have to do all those things. But then there's the other side where I don't want to have that story run my life either.
That's a big one. That's a big one, especially amongst us, right? Because more than half of us grew up in single parent households. So more than half of us watched one person do it. And so it gave us the narrative in our mind that, hey, if you got to you got to get it done. You got to go get it. But it feeds that narrative. Like reality will start, if we feed that narrative, then that will become our reality. And most of the time, we've gotten good at a lot of things. So if we got good at a lot of things, if you're a jack of a lot of trades, you probably could get there faster than training somebody to do it. So it feeds that narrative. So that's a great one. That's a great one.
I was just going to say that I feel like in a lot of our governing beliefs, because they're like the core operating system that runs our lives, we tend to create them for ourselves to embed them because they are the rules that we are comfortable with. And so we'll make situations in our lives where it has to be on us because we've designed it that way because we're so used to us being reliable. Or, like for me, I'm like, I lone wolf, single mom, like doing all the things. So like I have these beliefs of like, I'm not going to let anybody set me up for failure or tell me no or leave me or abandon me. So like I have all of these things in my life that I've built to protect myself that now as I'm growing are limiting me, but I built the systems in my life to support that story because that was a governing belief of mine. And so I think that what is so beautiful about these is, I was like, we got to teach these every year. To most people, it's so unconscious. And then if you do bring it to the light, then they're so protective of it because it's the glue that holds their life together. And they don't realize that the life that they have, the friends, the job, the family, the clubs they're in are literally formed because of those beliefs. And until they're willing to acknowledge them, they're going to repeat the same patterns. And so I just think that as somebody that like is really committed to working on myself and undoing my trauma and understanding these things, especially being a mom, like this is probably one of the dopest things that I've personally feel like we've covered this year, because all of this, the big words and philosophy and all the stuff, if you don't got this down, if you're not even aware of what story is altering your life, you're fucked.
In a nutshell. Hey, so here. Here, first off, let's shake our body a little bit. Shake off, take a deep breath. All right? Cuz this is some tense shit, right?
Trauma Retreat 101.
Now, because I want you guys to lock in on this fact. This is a fact. These are just stories. They're just stories.
Yeah.
They're not as concrete as you think they are. They're just stories. Once you realize that you can change this shit like you change clothes, life becomes fun as fuck. I've studied change my whole life because I came from some fucked up shit. So once you learn that this is only as concrete as our brain tells us. If our brain tells us that it's as flimsy as a napkin, a belief, then it will become flimsy as a napkin. Your ego is the one holding on to these governing beliefs. Why? Because you survived. Governing beliefs are built through pain, through suffering. Governing beliefs are built through suffering and pain. So some of your best friends that you have to this day, most of the time they're your best friends because they've been through some shit with you.
Facts.
Right? So that means you're forged through fire. Your friendship is forged through pain. Man, they didn't see me at my worst. And we got through it and had my back, so I'll fuck with them for life. That's pain. Pain is what forged your relationship. Same thing with governing beliefs. Pain forged your governing belief. That's it. And you can change that governing belief like you change draws. I don't want to do that no more. I'm not with that no more. Oh, that stopped working. That's not scalable. That ain't scalable. There's no future in that. Like, know that. Know that. No, I'm not doing that. When somebody in your family says, well, we have a history of, I ain't buying that. I don't believe that. I ain't doing that. Fuck that. I'm going to do this. That ain't my reality. I come from the crack era.
Same here.
You still on crack, Josh. So my pops passed away on crack. I didn't bust through crack houses trying to find my dad as a kid, or the whole shit. Pistols in my hand trying to get him out of crack house. Like, my life has been one of them ones. From a kid on up. I didn't smack pipes out his hand as a kid. No, Dad, I just came back from the Just Say No conference. You gonna die.
Dare.
Yeah, I came back from Dare. I know what all you motherfuckers is doing in here. Give me your cigarette. So, in the history of our family is addicts. Lost my dads, my brothers, my nephews, the males on our family. Is that a belief? Or is that a genetic propensity?
Nature versus nurture.
I'm not gonna buy into that. I'm not gonna buy into that. Oh, we have we got a hot temper in our family. Is that a gene in your body that just reacts, or is that a governing belief that's been passed down? I ain't buying that. I ain't buying that. You can change your governing beliefs like you change underwear if you adopt the right system in your mind. And now everything becomes interchangeable. Let me try that. Let me try this belief. Let me try that one. We're this, and that's what we've always been, and that's what we're always gonna be. Well, fuck it. Keep it then. See how it pans out for you. I have these dreams and these goals, and some of which I don't even know how to get there. So why the hell would I hold on to beliefs that keep me here? The fuck? We should move on, because I'll be here all night. Let's keep going.
There are 24 hours in a day.
Time.
The 24 hours for the rich as well as the poor.
Time.
Dead time, passive, drifting, disconnected, waiting. Alive time, intentional, learning, building, growing. Same 24 hours,
Damn.
Different outcomes. What part of your week has been dead time, and how can you convert it to a lifetime?
So I'm going to ask this question directly. So this year, where have you fucked up with dead time? Let's keep it 100. Let's be honest.
Weekends.
What
Weekends.
does that mean?
I bust my ass all week long, work, 10 to 12 hours at work, go home, grind it out 3 or 4 more hours. I don't do shit on the weekends, even though I know I should be reading, I should be studying. I just put in 60, 70 hours during Monday through Friday. I'm out. Even though it's my business, even though I know that you multiply all those weekends over the year in the compounding interest of that. I know the things, and that's what's interesting. I was having a conversation with one of my clients today, and I'm really strong in some areas in my life. And then other areas, I'm like, you got me messed up if you think I'm finna sit there and work on a weekend after I just worked all week. And I know that there's so many distortions in that, but my ego will defend that because I'm like, I'm tired. I want a break. and knowing that like I'm building this for me, I'm building this for my kids, I'm benefiting from it. But there's just some stories in my head that are like, I have to learn how to let go. So it's really valuable to have other friends that have businesses, because they're like, you know, that don't make sense, right? And I'll be like, I know, but I still feel that way. And so it's just helpful to be able to talk that out, to realize I'm not alone.
Josh, good.
Can we get a more specific definition around dead time? Like, does going out to the ocean to space out and recharge count as dead time, or is that intentional?
All right. So first I'm going to say we've been teaching this shit all year. We've been teaching this all year. So dead time versus alive time, there's nuances to it, but the bread and butter of dead time and the bread and butter of a lifetime is dead time. Is a waste. A lifetime nurtures something. Dead time is a waste. A lifetime nurtures something. So going sitting at a beach looking at the waves is not dead time if it nurtures you in some capacity and resets you or recharges you or recreates you in some capacity. A lifetime, because that could be considered a lifetime. Resting, I wouldn't even call in certain situations, which you talked about, Shakina, dead time. In some senses, because if part of that is a recharge or recreate, some of that is valuable. It's what time is wasted, meaning if you look back and say, damn, I added that time up and it gave me nothing, or it brought me a negative return, that is dead time. A lifetime is you have your 5 pillars of life, right? Your physical, emotional, and mental, spiritual, financial, relationships. So is your lifetime nurturing any one of those 5? Is it nurturing your body, your mind, your spirit, your relationships, the people you love, your business, your money?
Can I add, the reason why I feel like it's dead time is because it's coming from the vein of escapism. And I think that that's like important, because if it was like I'm taking a break because I'm actually recharging or I'm doing something that's filling my cup, I do value that. Like I'm going to Hawaii next week. That's like refilling my cup, taking a break to step back and reassess, right? But I'm not finna sugarcoat it. On the weekends, I just be lazy, and like I would sit there and play a phone game because I just want to shut my brain off. And it's more of a fact of like escapism because of the life that I designed without Slack.
Well, I would still challenge that.
Okay.
Because working 70 hours a week, that's crazy.
Yeah, but with the context, I think where the context is that if the 70 hours a week is because, so my wife does it, where she becomes busy because she's people pleasing or bad managing of her time.
That's dead time.
Right. That's so exactly. And so what happens is that, so then the abuse of time during the 70 hours of mismanagement creates abuse of time in her downtime. So what she's saying is that over the balance of uptime and downtime, she's losing management because now she's just calling it inertia, and it's a bad inertia.
Yes.
Got you. To Neil.
Okay, I done said this in private, but I'm going to put it out to the world. I believe Nana has the gift of prophecy. And the reason I say that is because he just touched base on what I was going to say. Dead time for me is being busy as fuck and not accomplishing anything, but losing time with my kids, losing sleep, and thinking I'm doing something. And I recognize that this ties back to my governing belief that it's on me, right? So like I mentioned before, there's some things in my life where I feel like, all right, Tennille's carrying maybe a little more than she should in her position, right? And when you try to communicate that and that doesn't change, then there's like a level of frustration. And so what I've learned about myself is I will distract myself with being busy. So rather than being present, which is what I am working on being intentional about with my girls, that's a big thing for me. I will be so pissed off about that same area that I already touched base on and feeling like there's no growth or movement there and it's still on me, that I'll be busy as hell. And it's funny because, you know, Shabisha's been with me for many weeks now and I'll be hella tired sitting on the couch, like talking to her, and I'll be like, "Ooh, I'm tired." Not off. I'll be like, "Okay, I'm gonna go put my robe on and go in the room." 10 minutes later, I'm coming out, I'm cleaning counters, I'm mopping. She's like, "What the hell are you doing?" She's like, "You were just so tired." But a conversation happened or something triggered me, and I'm like, "Damn, okay, I need to get this house clean," because they don't know how to clean like I clean, and I'm getting busy because my mind is going. And so I really recognize for the first time that busy does not mean that you are accomplishing anything. You could just be using your busyness as a distraction, as a distraction. So the prophet triggered that. No, just like, but no, for reals. He touched base on that. And I was like, that's 100% what I was going to say. Being busy has been my dead time.
Big. That's a big one. Whew, that's deep. Let's do one more. Let's do one more quick one.
Take your time, bro. Take your time.
All right.
Programming versus nature.
All right.
Nature is your impulse. Programming is your discipline and habits. Your nature may sabotage you unless you consciously override it. You are not fighting the world. You are fighting your wiring.
Again, we have nature. We have programming. Ooh, this was a big one. Our job is not to demonize our nature when we have the ability to reprogram our wiring. Some things, as the animals we are, it's in our nature to be. But once we recognize our nature, then it can allow us to rewire. It goes back to governing beliefs. We have our governing beliefs and we have our nature. And remember that we're animals. And we're human animals. The difference between us and animals is our cognitive reasoning and our ability to step in the future and go in the past, as well as be present. And so our goal is to evolve. So you're not fighting the world. That's why it's not about everybody else. And like that shit is, do you know how much of you have to work through? Why are you comparing yourself to anybody? The fuck? Like, why are you comparing when you are a small miniature version of who you know you can be? You got to get to the capacity of yourself first. And that'll lead us to the next slide. I won't ask this question because I want to ask. Keep going. Let's go next slide.
Culture.
Let's skip this one and go to this one. We'll go back to that one next week.
Comparison one, that one?
That one. Okay. We'll end it with this one.
Love this quote. Run your own race. Comparison is one of the most destructive habits you can develop. It quietly drains confidence, creates insecurities, and convinces you that you are behind, even when you're exactly where you should be.
Well said.
Every person has a different timeline, different gifts, different starting points, and different mission. When you compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 10, you distort your reality and lose your power. The only person you should be competing against is the version of yourself from yesterday. Run your own race, set your own pace, build your own timeline, stay locked into your lane.
Okay. Now, Run your own race. We talked about this year. Stop worrying about comparing yourself to what everybody's doing on the internet, or what you should be doing at this age, or what this person's doing, that person's doing. We just scroll through things in your life that you have so much work to do internally. You got to work on your governing beliefs. You got to work on your stimulus and response. The space between stimulus and response is so much you got to work on. Your nature and the programming of your nature. You got to work on your time management, the relationship between past, present, and future. I ain't said nothing yet that has anything to do with somebody else. We all have our own internal starting points. Fuck you. I can't compete with you. I can't compete with Scott. You know why? Because me and Scott don't have the exact same wiring. I didn't grow up where Scott grew up. I didn't have Scott's parents. I don't have Scott's intellect, his intelligence level, his skill set. There's nothing comparable between me and Scott. So I would be a sucker trying to compete with him and who he is. The same way anybody in this room would be a sucker trying to compete with me. You can't. Plus, the past has already happened. So in my mind, I've already won based on where I come from, based on what people who look like me, they outcomes. I've already won. So me competing or comparing against you and any of you, I've already won. I've beat already the generational curse that was before me. I already beat it. So my daughter's biggest complaint is like some bullshit. See what I'm saying? My daughter's complaint is some bullshit. Why is a tree this size and not that size? Boo-boo crying. Man, I'm glad you have these problems. See what I'm saying? So comparison. Stop comparing. It only creates suffering in your soul. Last question. Who have you caught yourself comparing yourself to this year, and how has it affected you? Tennille.
Okay, I'm gonna be fully transparent here because I have grown in this space, but at work, right? Because we do strive for excellence at 510 Media, and everything that we learn here in Hope is like on the daily at 510, probably times 10. Okay. And when I stepped into that setting, I was comparing myself to like, oh, sometimes they would say words and I'd be like, what the hell is a heuristic or what, because I didn't come from that. Right. So, I had big words and I talked educated, but just the way of thinking was so different for me that I felt like a fish out of water. And so I was looking at, like the team, and everybody had this language and everybody had this understanding that I didn't have. So again, going back to that, you got to get it for yourself. I start digging in, right? Which is good because you want to get an understanding. But then I recognized I was measuring myself against not individuals on my team, but like how they were showing up. And that was causing me frustration because I'm not them. And I was struggling in some spaces and it was impacting me in ways that they were not in service to me. But then I recognized something. As I stuck with it, I recognized that these people that I put way up here still had areas for growth, and it would be pointed out. Maybe Nana would point some out, maybe Mashama. And I would personalize when they would point it out in me and be blind to them pointing it out in someone else until a shift happened. Conversation with Nana happened, and then I started thinking about how I needed to have grace for myself, because some of these people have been a part of 5, 7, 10 years, and there's still opportunity for growth. I'm going into I'm in my third year with the company, and so why am I beating myself up so hard? Why am I being so unkind to myself when I'm getting corrected, when I'm measuring myself against people who have been sitting under this type of existing and showing up and working and being. And that just made me to step back and be like, you know who you need to compare yourself with, Tennille? Your future you. And so what I started doing is, what does she look like? How does she show up? And are you showing up as her? Because her is not going to be unkind to herself. She is not going to be having a lack of grace. She is not going to be comparing herself to anybody else on this team, because that's not your lane. You have your gifts and you show up in those gifts. And when you do, you excel. But the minute you start comparing yourself to anybody else, then you shrink. You shrink and you go to the back of the room. And I don't want to be that.
Cold. Drop the mic. Just drop it right there. Just let it go. And the moral of the story is, stop comparing your chapter 1 to somebody else's chapter 10, 7, 20. I'm gonna be like, well, if I went on media doing this, well, how come I ain't there? Well, your business ain't 20 years old. Well, court, man, shut up. You ain't been doing it long enough. You ain't. You a baby. You a baby. I had somebody come man, I'm coming for you, man. I compare myself to you. Don't. It's too late. How old are you? 30? It's too late. But the version of you that's 30 can create your own chapter. Then that gives us the most peace of mind, because now we're running our own race. People zoom past you. You like, hey, good job. Zoom past you on this. Man, that's dope. Good job. You hear they're doing great numbers over there. That's great for them. Where am I compared to where I was yesterday? That is the race. That's the fucking race. And I want, like, a lot of depression and anxiety and suffering comes from comparison, especially with the advent of social media and Instagram and all those things. And you looking at other people that's half your age or a quarter of your age that's making $50 million a year, just talking into the air, right? A lot of the ones who are in anguish over it, you're comparing, you're caught in your comparison. Relax your shoulders, let it go. What's your race tell you? What things do you need to work on? We just talked about it, like 4 or 5 things of, this year where I fucked up. Forget everything else. Just focus on those 4 things, working on those things. Then we can get to competition, meaning, oh shit, there's somebody here and there. Oh shit, okay, let's go. You ain't at the let's go. If you still doing this for 3 hours, 4 hours, you fuck competing with somebody. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. You got bad habits. If you drinking and smoking, you're not going to the gym. Start doing that. That's it. And next week we will continue. But thank you. This is a great class.
While you're transitioning, I just wanted to say that it's been hella dope having this class, because my cousin comes to this class and she works with me. And so it's been dope to have accountability on these lessons in the workspace and in Hope, because there are so many habits that you tend to have from the outside world that don't translate. And so we talk about this often in developing grace for ourselves, because we realize that this is a space. So this class has been really dope for that. Speaking of the devil.
I think tonight is probably one of the most important classes I think I'm ever going to teach, but Court already primed everything. Let's start here. What I'm about to teach tonight was what I taught the very first class. I didn't have the language for it, but I sensed it all. And I sensed it, what made me create hope was this frustration, this invisible belief I saw in my community. I saw in a lot of people in Oakland that really, really, really bothered me. And if there was a way to pull up my first class, I can remember the feelings. I remember my horrible choice of words. I remember me being slightly an asshole. But literally what I taught that first class, this is a 360. If you were to ask me what are the things that frustrate me the whole year long, what am I fighting against, what is court fighting against, tonight's class is going to summarize it all. If you're with your family members, your nieces, nephews, especially teenagers, make sure they watch this class, because tonight is going to be, I promise you, this is going to be one of the strongest classes I think I've taught in a long time. But it brings everything together, all 8 years, everything in one single session. And as you can see, it's going to be around beliefs. It's going to be around mindset and beliefs. So let's get to this first one. Before you read it, let me just say something real quick. You guys ever watch sports? And you ever watch somebody who's on a winning team and the next game they lose and how their personality changes? And have you seen somebody when they're winning, they never complain about the referees? Right? When they're winning, they don't talk about certain personality divisions between different players. They don't highlight how bright the lights were, or the net wasn't designed correctly, or the basketball was overinflated. But when they're losing, all of a sudden they become scientists in all the flaws, right? But there's other things that happen in their mind. And there's so many things in society right now that has driven the principle of what we call a loser archetype. Go ahead and read this real quick.
Especially as it shows up in African American entrepreneurs. Language note. I'd rather call this the self-defeated archetype than loser. It's a protective pattern that once helped you survive, but now keeps you small.
Okay. So what I'm about to talk about this evening, I'm going to stick with the word loser archetype, but ultimately it's a self-defeated archetype. And many of us, how many of you guys in the room would pride yourself on being a survivor? Anybody? Let's just be honest. Yeah. And I remember having this conversation with many people throughout the years that the same thing that got you here is actually now your new limitation. If you were to just take a educated guess before we get started, would you say African Americans, the culture as a whole, is a culture of winning archetype or loser archetype?
Loser.
Anybody want to challenge that? Okay. Well, I'm gonna explain, but just you're taking a guess right now, so you don't have to own it. I'm by the end of this class, I ask the same questions once again. Would you say hip hop is the music of loser archetype or winner archetype?
Loser.
Loser archetype or winner archetype?
Loser.
Oh, I'm gonna explain it in a little bit. Would you say social justice is loser archetype or winner archetype?
Loser.
When somebody stands in front of you and says, as a privileged person, does this suggest you're a winner or a loser?
Winner.
So I want you to just kind of sense how this is around you all the time. So it's not only tied to your past, but it's constantly being stimulated currently. And this stimulation is causing huge distractions. Let's get to the first slide. All right, so I'm gonna run through these a little fast, but I'm gonna move slow. I'm gonna go fast and slow. It's kind of a combination, like how you do that. Because I'm not gonna hit every bullet point, because a lot of them are self-explanatory. But I want you to like embody, these are the characteristics of a loser archetype. And as you go through these characteristics, I want you to see if you can identify, all right, I disagree, but I want you to kind of like evaluate it as we go through it. But I'm not going to hit every bullet point. I'll stop here and there, but not as much because I want to go through the process of a loser archetype and then move us towards a winner archetype. So let's start with this first. Go ahead. Core patterns.
Everything is happening to them, never because of me.
All right, so it's like a radical responsibility. Go ahead.
How it shows up. You can't win in this country unless you already.
No. Just stay with the core.
Just read it all the way down.
All the core, yeah. Just
Okay,
left
sorry.
and then right. Yeah, go.
Blame is the default. Parents, boss, system, partner, haters, bad luck.
So y'all seen that in our community, right? Okay, keep going.
When something goes wrong, the question is, why does this always happen to me? Instead of, what can I learn or adjust?
Keep going.
Cost. No sense of power. No motivation to change.
So no sense of power down. Now read them again from the top and go left to right. So go to
Repeat
everything
and
is
then go over.
and a yes.
Okay. Everything is happening to them, never because of me. How it shows up. You can't win in this country unless you already have money, degrees, or connections.
Y'all seen that? Do y'all feel that energy in our community? Where people feel like if you don't have money, degrees, or connection, you're not gonna win in this country.
Or your Illuminati.
Keep going. Go ahead.
Blame is the default. Parents, boss, systems, partner, haters, bad luck. Banks don't lend to us anyways. Why bother applying?
Y'all heard that before? Where banks don't really lend to black people. Don't even apply. Keep going.
When something goes wrong, the question is, why does this always happen to me instead of how can I learn or adjust? Our people don't support black businesses. That's why I'm stuck.
I mean, y'all heard that before, right? We don't support black business. That's why we're not growing. These are common things you hear I don't know about you, but this is like the water I swim in. Keep going.
Cost. No sense of power, no motivation to change. Every setback is read as proof that the system is unbeatable.
So most of the time, especially conscious folks, the people who are heavily affected by the loser archetype, and this is something you want to avoid, the whole purpose of this class is you have to break away from the loser archetype. The people who are most affected by the loser archetype are conscious folks. Folks who are very conscious about their culture, care about their culture, they have a tendency to have the highest level of a loser archetype. Go to the next slide.
Permanent victim mindset. Clarifying.
So we still.
Do you want me to read
so no,
left
go
all the way down?
Yeah, go just down, left, right. Just down.
Okay.
So we're still the same. Go back a slide. We're still under permanent victim mindset. So keep going. We're still describing it. Keep going. Next slide.
Where it comes from. Generalization of actual powerlessness. Laws, banking, policing, housing, education.
So a lot of times we've had generation of things that have of powerlessness in law, banking, policing. So you hear about Black Wall Street, the 60s, the 70s, the 50s and 40s, right? This culturally is being passed down. Remember I said this class is attacking the impact of slavery and Jim Crow? So this creates that sense of victim mindset because in all of our stories, we're the victims. Keep going.
Watching elders get punished for speaking up or stepping out of line.
So we watched all the stories of our folks being lynched, beaten, dogs sicked on them, water hoses. So that also promotes in our mind a permanent victim mindset. Keep going.
Being told, keep your head down, don't draw too much attention.
How many times you seen people like you said, hey, just keep your head down, especially big black men. We're told out the gate, I don't know about you, but anybody knows about big black men, when a common conversation, like if you're muscular or tall, they'll say, hey man, I just gotta keep my head down, I don't want too much attention. Because it turns into something else for us based upon the historical stories, right? This is all shaping a mindset. Okay, keep going. So in order for you to upgrade your thinking, we're gonna get somewhere else, but in order for you to upgrade your thinking, you have to do what?
Shift from pure victim to injured player who still has moves.
So I mean that you've been injured historically, but you still got moves. This is important. This is important. I'm not trying to say the history didn't happen. It happened, but you still got moves. Keep going.
Question. Yes, the game is rigged. Given that, what moves are still in my control?
There you go. So is the game rigged in certain areas? Of course it should be. If you ran a game, when you rig it for your people? but you still got moves and you still have control. And that's what we focus on. But if you focus on the other side, it's a loser archetype. Let's go to the next trait of the loser archetype. Next slide.
Excuse engine and low ownership.
Now let's these symptoms.
Core pattern. Endless reasons why they can't do things. No time, no money, wrong people, wrong city, wrong age.
I promise you, these are things I've been dealing with the whole 8 years I've been teaching this class. I can't build, I can't change, and it's because, I don't have time, I don't have enough money, I'm not working with the right people, Oakland ain't popping, I'm older now, I'm too young, maybe I'm just, these are common excuses of a loser. Keep going.
Starts things, rarely finishes.
So the loser archetype loves to start shit, but rarely finishes shit. I promise you that's an Oakland thing. Keep going.
Makes promises, doesn't follow through, then shrugs it off.
So makes promises. So I taught, during the first class I taught, I remember you was here, and I think you might have been around. And I said, I hate white lies. Because in Oakland, we tell so many white lies. Oh yeah, I'm gonna come through, help you out. You're not coming through. I'm gonna take care of that. You're not gonna take care of that paperwork. Right? Keep going.
Cost. People stop trusting their word and they stop trusting their own word.
So you stop trusting other people's words. When people give you their word, that's why you stop trusting your own word. This is all part of a loser mindset. Just go read the other one straight down.
How it shows up. Blaming the black community, the city, the algorithm, the city council, the church, everybody.
You always got somebody to blame. You know what's wrong? Like I don't know, but if you guys had any time at the Thanksgiving get-togethers, and there was always some circle where everybody sat around and talked about what was wrong with the world, and it was a blame circle. It wasn't a solution circle. It was whether it was racism, whether it was Trump, whether it was schools, whether it was church, whether it was laws, whether it was uncle. She was just somehow everybody, mama, daddy, somebody was blaming. Keep going.
Chronic lateness, missed deadlines, broken promises, followed by smooth talking.
Okay, so let me say this real quick. I know a lot of people, especially I know a lot of people like this. Always late, missed deadlines. This happens especially in the art world and business world. Break promises, but always try to show with smooth talk. This is what losers do. This is a loser archetype. That this is what we're used to in our community. It's so common, it's so normalized. We don't even know it's a problem with it. I'm telling y'all that we've learned to develop a loser archetype in our culture, and it's become our governing beliefs of how we move around, which we accepted the culture and we move as losers. Keep going, because this is reasons a lot of black businesses can't grow when a group of black people come together. Because if you're a group of black people who are embracing loser archetype together, do you understand how hard it is to get shit done? Keep going.
I would have launched, but is the main story.
I would have started my business, but I would have got started, but I would have built this, but I would have finished I would have had it done, but these are loser archetypes. Because I'm going to get to a winner archetype in a second, but I'm trying to show you guys, I'm trying to show you that this is not cool. This is not normal. This is not usual. This is something that we've adapted to, and we normalize, and then we turn around and do comparisons, but don't realize the problem is, like to what Course said, is us, it's not the comparisons. Next slide. So we still talk about excuse engine and low ownership. This is just continuing at this point. Maybe we may change this format in the future. Go ahead.
Where it comes from. Growing up where institutions never kept their words. Schools, landlords, fathers, pastors, and politicians.
So you grow up your whole life and all these institutions never kept their word to you. Whether it's mother, father, this is also important for you as parents. You can't do that shit because you teach your children to be losers. It's a mindset. It's a mindset. And when you've been abused by all these institutions, it's victimized you to, because this loser archetype is not a flaw of yours. It's an adaptation to a flawed environment. And you survived and got through it, but these are the losses you took from your survival. You hear what I'm saying with this? Like, you won the race to get us here, but you took losses. And I'm talking about the losses you're taking to get yourself here, that you now have to start to make some tweaks and adjustments to start running another race. You guys with me so far? Okay.
Hey, can I jump in? It just remind me of you saying how it shapes a generation. Like before I totaled my car, I was like, damn, I gotta fix this screen, because my daughter, taking her to school, she was like, Daddy, when you gonna fix the screen? And I'm like, I didn't want to fix it because it cost G's.
Right.
But the fact that she notices it and notices that I'm not doing anything about it,
Yeah.
now it forces me to have to fix it, because I don't want her to think that it's cool to let shit go like that. And I've always said, yeah, I'm gonna fix it, but that's bullshit.
It's broken promise.
And they can sense that.
100%. And if you're in a world where people do what they say, then as you move, you grow up believing that if I say it, I'm gonna do it. Otherwise, I don't say it. But right now, if you look around, like in our community, people are always saying what they're gonna do, and they'll call you 5 minutes before they're supposed to show up, be like, hey, I ain't gonna be able to make it today, dog. Let me get back at you. Right? That loser mindset has hit our whole culture, and these other things surrounding our culture, the music, the politics, the tracking. I'm gonna get into tracking in a second. It all sets the stage for that behavior to be okay. Keep going, Shekina.
The nervous system learns nobody really means what they say, so I don't have to either.
So once you get used to being in a community where people don't stick to their word, it gets easy for you not to stick to your word. When people can give you these commitments and you realize they're not gonna stick to it, you learn to shuck and jive on the same level, and your brain won't even sense it's fucked up. So now you're talking very loosely, all these fake promises. So now you're in a community where everybody's talking about what they're gonna do and how they're gonna show for each other, and nobody shows up. So now you don't feel no bad about it. So when the opportunity finally presents yourself, you don't really know how to show up to the opportunity because you're in a world where they don't show up. Keep going. Upgrades.
Ownership as self-protection, not self-blame.
So ownership is self-protection, not self-blame. You know, we take this is kind of like radical responsibility. You're taking ownership to protect yourself, but not to. You don't want to turn it into a self-shaming process. That's the dangerous part. When you do that, it's almost like it works against you. Keep going.
Reframe. If you don't own it, you can't change it. Ownership is how you get your power back from the system.
It says again, if you just say, read that one. If you don't own it, I'll read it for you. If you don't own it, you can't change it. And ownership is how you get your power back from the system. So if we're not practicing any form of ownership and sticking to our words and we're practicing low ownership as opposed to strong ownership, then what happens is that we're just almost learning to be comfortable as victims. Keep going. Next slide.
Chronic comfort seeking.
Okay, this is going to get uncomfortable now. Let's go.
Core pattern. Always choosing the easiest, lowest friction option. Scrolling, smoking, eating, gossiping, video games, porn, etc.
So you're always looking for the easiest possible way. Even if I sit down with you and say, hey, you want to work on your business? You're like, well, give me a quick way. What's the fastest way? How can I get from here to here? Show me how do I fix this? How do I move forward? How do I do this with the least amount of effort? Right? And you're always trying to shortcut everything, make everything fast. And in a sense, you think the world should go from thought to stimulus, or from thought to receiving your options. You can't stand the slow process. You can't stand boredom. You think boredom is bad. Keep going.
Avoids boredom, difficulty, or discomfort like it was a threat.
You see boredom as a threat. Keep going.
Quits quickly when things get hard.
So you quit quickly when things get hard. So all of a sudden you're really excited about something. You get into it, and then the complexity lands on your step, and you go, I'm not going to do all that. It's too much. Keep going.
Cost. No long-term skills, no reputation, no compounding. life feels stuck.
This is almost the path of every dope dealer. A gangster is a loser archetype. And every gangster, they do all these things where they get quick moves. That's called hustling. That's what hustling is. All these quick moves to get quick returns. But long term, when they no longer have the position of being young, or they're in a position where they can move a certain kind of way, and they decide I want to go legitimate. The reason they can't often go legitimate, they have no long term skills, no reputation, no compounding. They feel stuck in their role to only return back to the streets because they made no investments in the long-term play. Some of y'all, when y'all lose your job, you're going to feel just like this because you've been moving quickly all this time. You never embraced the slow process. Everything is fast, quick. Give me quick hits. How can I learn this quick? Give me quick techniques. I don't read books. I just go talk to people because it makes it easier for me to learn. Keep going.
How it shows up. Hustle talk, but Netflix, IG, weed, food, group chats, and drama.
So hustle talk, meaning that all the shit that you hear in hustle conversations, smoking weed, did you watch this show? Food, talking, sitting in a room, around a room, talking about shit, like sitting in ciphers or barbershop talk, always embracing a whole bunch of drama. All this shit that gives you this instant stimulation, but it's not driving you. Right? This is like almost like that dead time he's talking about. This is getting a little bit more granular into it. Keep going.
I'm grinding, but nothing consistent is getting built.
Okay. How many fucking times you heard people say, I'm out here grinding? And have you ever asked them, what have you built? It's the most popular phrase. Yeah, I'm out here grinding. I'm out here grinding. I'm always working hard. I'm trying to be, I'm out here working so hard. Yeah, what are you building? Yet we're comfortable with the word grinding without building. That's a loser mindset. This is shit you hear all the time. Everybody's busy, ain't built shit. Everybody busy and everybody don't have no investment accounts. Your bank account's low. Don't own no property, but you're busy. That's a loser mindset. Keep going.
Can't tolerate boredom. Always need stimulation.
So what happens is when you get bored, you go, where's my phone at? I'm bored. Oh, let me call somebody I want to talk to. I'm bored. Let me have sex. Let me go get some drink. You literally will run from boredom. Some of you are fat because you can't stand boredom. You're just eating to avoid boredom. I'm not even exaggerating. That's what your brain will do when it's bored. It will eat. It's like literally a lot of your bad habits that are causing so much weight and destruction and drag on you is because you can't stand boredom because of a loser archetype. Keep rolling. We're not done. We're going to keep talking about this loser archetype. Let's get into it. Look, you're still talking about chronic comfort seeking. Keep going.
Where it comes from.
Next slide.
Next
please.
slide.
Okay, go ahead.
Chronic stress and trauma, racism, neighborhood violence, poverty, family chaos.
So these are things that's causing the chronic comfort seeking, which is stress, trauma, racism, neighborhood violence, poverty, family chaos. Y'all grew up in a household where people scream and holler at each other? Mm-hmm. You know you was fucking your kids up? Did you know that? Did you know that was creating a certain type of mindset that makes them, as they get older, and they don't really want to move in a way that is productive because they're really always trying to find comfort because their whole life was full of chaos? You hear me? This is why, like, you snapping and going off and hollering and screaming and and then you find this person is always looking for comfort and breaking away and escapism as they become adults. You're like, why is my child underperforming? Because you didn't create the environment for them to perform. You didn't create the environment for them to perform. Keep next one.
The nervous system is fried, so it chases easy dopamine hits. Food, scrolling, gossip, sex, just to feel okay.
So you fried their brain so much that all they want is dopamine hits. So they're on their phones. They're looking for sex. They're looking for food. They're looking for gossip. That's the only thing that keep them going. I have a son right now. He's stuck in this mode. Can't get him out of that space. Can't get him to save his life out of that space. And one of the reasons he got out of the space because there's some dynamics that's really complex. I want to stay in this class. If you ever want to know about that, come talk to me after class. I'll explain it to you. But the nervous system once you have a situation where you come through a lot of stress through your pipeline and things you might, okay, it might not be stressful for you and you don't realize you're suffering from this. So a lot of times when you create a certain environment for your child, you don't realize you're creating stress that child shouldn't be experiencing, but it's generational stress. I mean, that for generations, we've been passing it down from slavery to grandma talk to y'all like this. Go get the switch. Shut your ass up. Follow me. What the fuck wrong with you? Get your silly ass up in this room. Right? Hey, close that goddamn door. You're gonna raise my blood pressure. Right? So you got used to that. So now you talk, you may not use the same profanity, but you have that same energy. So now your child gets older and they have a problem with, they're over leveraging comfort. Why are they over leveraging comfort? Now, keep going. How do you upgrade?
Turn comfort into a reward, not a default.
So comfort should only be a reward, not your default. I hear people like, okay, so this happens in my house all the time. If I injure myself, my wife be like, you want to just relax, chill? My doctor even did this to me. You should relax and chill. You know how I fix a lot of my injuries? I go to the gym and work it out. I'm not lying. I went ice skating with my daughter over here, and my legs were, I used to ice skate 28 years, let me be very clear, and I was smaller. So I was able to ice skate, but there's certain muscles I don't use no more. I don't use the fairy muscles, the ice skating muscles, right? And because that's why I associate fairy skating.
I got videos, y'all. I got videos.
So I was out there skating, right? And I was cool while I was there. And then when I walked out, I put my tennis shoes on. Also, my hip felt weird, like something's going on with my hip. I was like, and I didn't want to say nothing because everybody around me was younger, and I didn't want to say, "Hey, y'all, my hip is going out," because the jokes would have spread like a disease,
wildfire.
And so I didn't say anything. So I asked my daughter, I said, "Hey, tomorrow you want to come to work out with me in the gym?" She said, "Sure." Hey, best time ever. Anyway, we get to the gym, and I'm like, "Hey, we got the car." She's moving a little faster. I said, "Hey, something's going on with my legs. I'm hurting here, because I forgot. I didn't think about ice skating as the problem." She's like, "Yeah, I'm feeling the same thing because ice skate." Which at that point, I took an aspirin before we went to the gym. I'm thinking I shouldn't do squats. Then I thought, wait a minute, wait, no, slow down. Usually when you have pain, you attack the pain and it balances and stabilizes you. So I went there and went and did my full squats. Now the first set, she tell you I was scared as hell. I'm over talking about, oh God, I can feel everything. I should probably stop now. I'm like, no, that's my brain telling me to seek comfort as opposed to attack it with a solution, with stress. When I walked to the gym, was I cool from that point on? No signs of it, walked around, my legs adjusted. What I'm saying is that a lot of times people treat the default of everything is go rest, go relax, go chill. Oh my God, I need some time off. Oh my God, you need to just chill. Oh, you going to work past 60? Oh my God, I just want to rest. No. Rest is a privilege. It's not the default. Mm-hmm. But too many of us try to focus on making it, like we get mad when we don't have enough rest and chill in our schedule. Keep going.
Simple rule. One hard thing before comfort.
So before you chill and stop and sit down, think of something hard to take care of around your house. If you have this situation where you find yourself stuck in a comfort, where you over leveraging comfort, before you engage comfort, do something very, very difficult before comfort, which will retrain your brain to have a different relationship to comfort. Stop treating comfort as just, I got to ease into it, stay with it, and the longer I have comfort, the better things are. That's why a lot of people are not in the gym. There's people in the gym trying to find comfort. I walk around and look at what they're lifting. 5 pounds, 10 pounds. You curling 5, 10 pounds, you're a man. You ought to slap yourself. Next slide.
Fixed mindsets about ability.
These are all the things I've been dealing with for the last 8 years in class. This is the majority of the students because it's part of the culture. It's not a flaw. It's a cultural rewiring I'm attempting to do with hope. And these are common things I'm dealing with. So let's jump into the fixed mindset about abilities. What are the core patterns, symptoms?
Believes I'm just not smart, talented, good at this stuff.
For example, I'm not good at math. I'm not good at English. I'm not good at writing. I'm not good at reading. I'm not good at science. I'm not good at being deep and analytical. Y'all hear this all the time in our communities, right? I'm not crazy. You hear this all. It's like normalized. Keep going.
Interprets failure as proof of their identity. See, I knew I was trash.
So I'm not good at that. That's why I don't even try it. I tried it one time before. It didn't work, so I'm out. Keep going.
Avoids new challenges because it might expose their lack.
So now, because you embrace this fixed mindset, now when people try to introduce you to new stuff or new challenges, no, I don't do all that. I'm not trying to do all that. I'm cool. You make it sound so damn cool that you don't want to do the shit. Nah, I don't really mess with all that, man. That stuff, it ain't really for me. You put a cool little narrative on it. Yeah, there's one of them suckers out there. I don't be doing all that, man. I'm over here. But what you're really saying is, I fear that if I fail, I don't want to see myself fail at this because I fear I'm fixed at what I can do. Mm-hmm. Keep going.
Cost. No growth. Life stays small. Loser. Stories feel more and more true.
So now because you're avoiding taking on new challenges, because you bought into your limitations, your life starts shrinking on you and you start to feel smaller. Over time, you feel small, not because you are small, it's because you accepted this story of all these limitations, and now you're a victim of your limitations. So now you just feel like the world is shrinking on you, and you feel like you have less options. You feel like your life is small. You start getting used to living small. You get used to small bank accounts, small goals, small attempts. Everything's about you is just small because I don't want to take the chance. Because if I take the chance and I find out I fail again, it's gonna be a hard message that maybe I am trash. And because I fear that, because I'm already feel like a loser, I don't want to verify I'm a loser. So I'm gonna just do shit I'm good at. My daughter used to do this when my daughter was 3. There'd be a challenge in front of her and some easy shit. She'd do the easy shit 1,000 times to get me to smile and avoid the difficult shit because she didn't want to lose that smile. So I had to learn to not stop smiling at the easy stuff, be like, Zizi, you done that before. Let's do this stuff over here. Because in their brain, she's saying to herself, I can stay good over here and I'm in good standings with my father. But if I go over here, I might not be good enough and he might not value me the same. We're still doing that as adults. Keep going. How's it show up?
I'm not a numbers person. Mm-hmm. I ain't corporate. I'm just hood.
Yep, that's fixed. I'm just a hood dude. I ain't into all that corporate shit. I'm not a square like you. I'm not an artist like you. I'm not creative like you. I'm not whatever the fuck you say after that is fixed. Go ahead.
All that legal tax system stuff is not me.
I don't do my paperwork because I'm not into taxes and all that. I gotta find somebody to do that for me. I don't really do all that shit. This is a loser archetype that we've gotten used to. That's not okay. Next slide.
Where it comes
still
from.
Fixed mindset. Go ahead.
Underfunded schools, low expectations, tracking, and racism in classroom.
So this is where it comes from. So you came from underfunded schools, low expectations, meaning that they had low expectations for you. As a minority kid, we're gonna just provide you with these books. That's low expectations. Every time you heard the word minority, they were setting low expectations for you. Okay, tracking. Tracking is so motherfucker. Y'all know what tracking is? Tracking is what I expect of you. Because I expect this of you, what track do I put you on to achieve what I think you should achieve? So when you went to these low performing schools, remember I told you about my friend who has a son who's at a school in Black Hawk, and they're setting them for the highest reaching possibilities in their classes structure and how to communicate, because they're tracking those kids to be the leaders. You were tracked to be the workers. Y'all know these public schools were doing that. Y'all know damn well it was. And so that set a standard of, I'm on a losing team. I'm on a winning team. The world's not educating me to be the winner. They educate me just to be a loser on the team. Keep going.
Being rewarded for personality and hustle, not for strategy and reflection.
How many of y'all seen that before? You get rewarded for personality and hustle, not just strategy. Go to some place with a whole bunch of black folks and start talking about your relationship to strategy and reflections and introspections. So yeah, I'm into introspections and analyzing stuff and metacognition, which is thinking about your thinking. And I'm into, driving strategy. And people be like, wrap it up. I don't want to watch that video, right? But if you come on and be like, full of hustle, like, what I did when I got out there, and you talk that hustle talk, watch people be like, ooh, lock in. And let you have a good personality.
It's like charisma beats out strategy all day to the masses.
All damn day.
Until it comes time to perform or look at your numbers.
Loser archetype. Keep going.
Internalized message. White folks do structure. We do flavor.
Is that hip hop? Look at hip hop. Hip hop is foreign on that. Who's doing the business behind hip hop and who's doing the flavor on hip hop? We pride ourselves. Look at the things that we coin, and we pride ourselves on our things that we give flavor. We don't even have heroes. Most of our heroes are flavor heroes. Black heroes are flavor heroes. If you always ask me who's the most powerful person in Nation of Islam, Elijah Muhammad. How many people actually study him but love Malcolm X? Because Malcolm X had flavor. But where do you think he got that knowledge from? But instead of us locking in, I'm saying, I'm not driving Islam or Muslim. I'm saying, but if you're into Nation of Islam or Farrakhan or anything like this, Farrakhan is flavor. But did you ever read the material where you got it from? Some of y'all won't even go to church if it doesn't have enough flavor. You have the dopest bishop in the world, but won't even sit in the church because it's not enough flavor. And some of y'all can't sit in classrooms or any form of education if it doesn't have flavor. You're looking for flavor for education, not education and strategy. This is a loser archetype that we gotten used to. That this is not okay. This is the effects of slavery. I'm showing you how these things that you've been through that we all can relate to have been driving this theme. And it's not something that happened in the 40s, 50s, 60s, that just back there. We put these systems that are echoing these standards that's creating these traits, that's producing these outcomes that we're all victimized by. Let's get into upgrades.
From fixed identity to skill tracker.
So instead of you being fixed, you start looking for how can you grow your skills. That's kind of what this is what this program was designed for. Keep going.
Script. You're not bad at numbers. You're undertrained in numbers.
So everything you're not good at, just say I'm undertrained. Stop using the word I'm bad at something. You're not bad at shit. You're just undertrained. You can't train in everything your whole life. All right? Stop acting as if you wasn't trained in it. You just automatically bad. Like a lot of us who are bad at math just had bad trainers. That's it. I promise you that's it. Because as I got older, I thought I could not learn algebra until I got into junior college and met a professor who made me go, oh, this shit's easy. But when I was at Castlemont, I was like, man, this must be for aliens. I don't know how the fuck y'all really understand this. How the fuck y'all put an X next to a number and tell me what's the answer? I can tell you what the answer. I got confusion. Go ahead. Go ahead. So on the train, keep going.
Where am I at? Jesus Christ.
If you can run a dice.
If you can run a dice game, keep track of who owes you, or organize a party. So
what it's saying is that if you can do all these things, you don't realize how many things you already do that are very complex. So a lot of times you're like, okay, I don't do taxes, I don't do this. You're doing complex shit all the time. But what happens is your belief is keeping you down, not your brain. Your brain is showing signs of that has a healthy relationship with complexity. Keep going.
I think that last bullet point, which is supposed to be with the top.
Yeah,
you can absolutely learn basic business math.
Yeah, so that's it. Yeah, so you can absolutely learn basic business. If you can play dice, keep track and organize. You can play dice and keep track of who owes you money and organize a party. You can do business math. It's just that simple. Keep going. Next slide.
Envy, cynicism, and quiet hatred.
I've been wanting to talk about envy for like months, but we just haven't had a chance. But envy is part of this loser archetype. Let's go into it. Core patterns.
Other people's wins feel like an attack. Must be nice. They got lucky. They're probably scamming.
So when you see people winning, these are don't y'all hear this all the time around you? When you're in circles, oh, show must be nice that the Jay-Z got that kind of money, Beyonce living like that, or Oh, they probably got lucky. You know, they ain't all that. They probably got lucky. Or who they scammed to get there? What kind of game they run to get there? Next.
Half my family in New York thinks I'm Illuminati.
Oh, it's everybody. It's not just New York. It's because our culture is hit by this blanket that's tied to our history and our experiences. Keep going.
Talks a lot about what's wrong with everyone else.
Y'all know that's black shit, right? That's what we do really, really well too much. That's a loser's archetype. How are you talking about? When you find yourself even getting caught in that, ask yourself, should you really be talking? All right, let's get Christian. Those without sin cast a what? How the fuck you gossiping? Your shit so fucked up. How you talking about anybody? You should be practicing grace upon others. Matter of fact, I will tell you this. The canceling culture is the same thing. You over morally policing other people. Mm-hmm. If I tell you today I don't like an Asian person, do you think I'm not like an Asian person tomorrow? But when you over police me, you can make it what you want it to be, not realize as a human being, I might be mad because a guy just hit me. I'm like, I can't stand Asians. And then next day, my best friend's Asian. You're like, no, I thought you said, well, okay, at that moment I was mad. I had this experience. So because we're over policing, we're falsely reading other people and getting angry, and now we're carrying these emotions. The world looks dirty and ugly, and it's because we're moving in a loser archetype space. Social justice is full of losers. Keep going.
Talks a lot. Wait, yeah.
No, laughs.
No. Laughs at people who try hard or dream bigger. They're doing too much. That be getting on my nerves.
So, that famous phrase, you hear that all the time, you doing too much. Man, they be doing too much. That's a loser's archetype. Keep going.
Cost pushes away winners, mentors, and opportunities, attracts other people who are also stuck.
Court, is that real for us?
Straight up.
People push me away. And then when you see these are the people I'm running with, they're other losers. Some people will leave this class and go to a losing program. Like anybody that's in our world will be like, that is so bad, it's obvious. But it makes them comfortable. Because when I'm a loser, I need to be in an environment that makes me feel good. But also, I don't want to be around winners because winners kind of make me feel, it reinforces the idea that I'm a loser. Now, you can shift this, but it's really easy. Losers push away winners. You ever see people like, man, I think I wanted to say this the other day in class. I think I may have said this. I said, the hardest people the people who need our help the most are the hardest to help because of this.
C players hate A players, and C players can't get along.
Yeah. C players, A players, and we talked about that. Say A players and C players, they can't hang out. It's because the C player will push the A player away. And you will come up with some beautiful narrative. Oh, because when they was talking to me the other day, I felt like they was devaluing me when they looked at me as her kind. When they told me I was wrong about something, they just want to destroy my soul. No, they just said it was wrong. You didn't ask them what you can do better or how you can fix it. You just assumed you went to a fixed space. You was already feeling like a loser, and you attacked your brain automatically created a narrative to protect your position as a loser. This is our culture. And we're not losers because we're losers because we are bad, ignorant, dumb, stupid, or neglected something. It's the water we swim in. So you're a beautiful fish swimming in the goddamn gutter. Keep going. How's it show up?
Oh, he only made it because he sold out, got a white wife, went corporate.
Is it real? Is it real? Tell me if I'm lying. Somebody tell me I'm lying. Keep going.
Those black millionaires aren't doing anything for the community.
Do you understand how many problems we have? If a black millionaire was solve all those problems, there wouldn't be a black millionaire. Keep going.
Must be nice, but they forgot where they came from.
So now when you see somebody a little bit more polished, speaking a little bit with larger words, and maybe don't use all the slang, they don't forgot where they came from. This is common. Go ahead. Oh, go ahead. Go give her the microphone.
Or they try and say, "Oh, you lost your blackness," or "You're whitewashed."
Yes, very common. That's a loser archetype. I want you guys to stay with me because we won't get to the winners. I'm going through this fast with the winners. The losers. So when we get to the winners, it really drives it home. Okay, next slide. We're still in the envy, criticism, cynicism,
Where
and
it comes
quiet
from.
hatred. Go ahead.
Real examples of people leaving the hood and not looking back. Survival brain.
So by the way, this is real for us. We live through a world where real people have left us behind, and they didn't even look back, and we know that's part of our history. So it's not like we're making that shit up from we're just being assholes or we're make believe. We've had these traumatic experiences. This is the effects of Jim Crow. Slavery, Jim Crow, and the crack era has created a culture that makes these things feel real to us. Keep going.
Survival brain around scarcity. If they win, there's less for us.
Mm-hmm. Keep going.
Deep pain of being left behind turned into sarcasm and hate.
So when you feel like you're about to be left behind, it almost makes you hate the person. Keep going.
Upgrade. Turn envy into market research.
I will get into how that works a little bit later. I'm going to get back to that. Keep going.
New question. Instead of why them, ask, what can I study from them?
That's it. When people outperform you, what can you study from them? Don't ask why them. Ask, what can I learn from them? Next slide. I'm rolling through these because it's only like 8, 9. Go ahead.
No clear standards or direction.
Mm-hmm. So this is part of the loser mindset. You see this in athletes as well. Keep going.
Core pattern. No real goals, just vague wishes. I want to be rich. I want to be successful.
How? How, Sway? I want to be rich. How? For what? Why? Like, what about I want to create something that happens to make me rich, but I want to be rich. You bypass all the shit because you're the loser mindset. That's not normal, people. This is shit we hear every day. These are the normal things we hear every day in our community. This is a loser's archetype. You go home, research this all you want. It's going to be the same shit over and over. A loser archetype. You hear this all the time. I want to be successful. How and why?
Yeah.
And for what? And what you going to do?
What are you going to sacrifice to do it?
Like what does that mean? Which then victimizes you because you think success is just a straight line, not realizing it's not an end goal, it's a means goal. No. It's an end goal. Yes, it's a branch of the end goal, actually. If you want to be accurate. It's a branch of the end goal, but it's not the actual goal. Right? But when you start chasing success as the only goal, you'll be surprised how it corrupts your thinking and turns the way and changes your relationship to money itself. Keep going.
Days are unstructured.
Ooh, this is the shit. Go ahead, hit it. Come on.
Sleep whenever, eat whenever, do whatever I feel like.
Let me hit y'all with this real quick. Y'all know so religion has its flaws and it has its strengths. But one of its greatest strengths is it asks you to be a better person. Mm-hmm. That's its greatest strength of religion. It asks you to be a better person, right? But another thing that religion has that you guys don't realize that makes us even greater as a people is it has restraints. Many of y'all have become anti-restraints because as a kid, you're like, oh, restraints are bad, so I should have no restraints. Law, religion, family, relationships, children are all acts of restraints. Nothing ever good happens in the drift. This is again, hear my words. Nothing good happens in the drift. When you're drifting, meaning that you just kind of lose. For example, let's give you an example of drift. Let's say you're on a diet. Make it really simple. And you start to drift. You start eating a little snack here, a little cookies here, a little this here. And you might really remember 2 meals you ate that were salad in the morning. You had a smoothie with a steak in the evening. Sounded good, right? But between the salad and the steak, you were drifting. You was eating little grab here, little grab here. And at the end of the month, you gained 15 pounds. You said, but I've been eating healthy. What happened? Because you drifted. Nothing happens in the drift. When you have a routine, a schedule, and a structure, when you lose that, okay, say you're going to work out and you miss 1 day and you drift. You miss 2 days, you drift. Before you know, you done missed 6 months. I don't know how the fuck you got here. It's called drifting. That happens. Nothing good ever happens in the drift. You start reading all the time, but then, you know, I want to go listen to this concert. I got some music on. I got to go to my friend's house. We're going to be partying. And before you know, you realize you ain't read a book in like almost a whole year. You drifted. Nothing good ever happens in the drift. The drift is so motherfucking cold that you can sit here. You could be an artist. Let's go to the art world. You're a photographer. You pick up a camera. You like to go shoot. But guess what happens? When you're shooting, you're talking, you're hanging out, you're chilling, you're kicking it. You ain't reading the books. You ain't doing enough practice. And guess what happens? One of these days, you go to an event to be selected as a photographer, and they don't select you because nothing good ever happens in the drift. If you're not managing your drift, you're not managing shit. All that hard work is done in vain because your drift is out of control. Meaning that you got to learn to do what you say and say what you do. But what happens is when you're part of a loser culture, everybody's drifting. You're in a world where everybody around you drifts. So you don't even realize you're drifting. Let's go. Next one. Surrounded by chaos.
Surrounded by chaos, messy room, messy finances, messy relationships.
You don't require structure. You let everything get messy and get used to being messy. One of the things I used to do when I was younger, when I needed to tighten up and get to the next level, the first thing I would do is bring structure to my life. And I would look at where am I out of structure, from my household to my room to everything around me. I would tighten up my structure, and then I would charge at whatever I was going to charge after. But when I was messy, I would always fuck around and make big mistakes. So some of y'all get used to being messy rooms, messy houses, messy cars, messy finances. Your money's just messy. Messy relationships, friendship. It's just everything around you is just messy. And you wonder why you can't grow. This is called loser archetype. Keep going.
Cost. If you don't aim, you drift. Drifting usually ends up in bad places.
You know what I just said? Drifting ends up in a bad place. If you're not managing these areas to tighten shit up, you will end up in a bad. Go to the gym and drift. Go to the gym and just start having conversations with people.
Be fat as hell going to the gym every day.
Thank you. Go do anything in a drift. Anything in a drift, there is never going to be a win. That's why you have to lock down and build boundaries and make sure you get where you need to go. Keep going.
How it shows up. Mm-hmm. Late to everything.
Mm-hmm.
Can't find files, passwords, invoices, or content drafts.
Mm-hmm.
One day they're full steam ahead. The next day you can't reach them.
So one day I'm hyped up. I got this new business I'm working on, and then you try to reach out to them next week, and it's like, what happened to your business? What's going on with your business? Oh man, shit. I mean, some things happened, and then the narrative starts. Go ahead, keep going.
Business is a reflection of the chaos at home.
Stay with me, people. Go look at your house. And then when you go look at your house, go get a ladder or stand up on top of something and look at your house again. Sit on the floor, look at your house again. Is your house in order or is it in chaos? And guess what? Look at your business. I bet you there's a comparison. Next slide. Same one, same standard. We stay with the same symptom. Go keep on.
Growing up in survival mode, never knowing what tomorrow looks like.
This is what caused it. You grew up in survival, didn't know what tomorrow was looking like. Y'all remember Black Men when you said I might not make it to 25?
Mm-hmm.
21.
That created chaos in your life. Keep going.
No one modeled calm, boring, structured progress.
Do you know that most of you guys, when you guys talk about business, for example, if you guys haven't been paying attention to me and Court, you know how business grows? 1 foot at a time. It's a slow ass walking process. And there's a lot of step backs. You moving forward, you stepping back, you moving forward, you stepping back, and it's slow and boring. I can't begin to tell you how many people said, "Now, can I come sit at your office and learn from you?" I'm thinking, what the fuck you going? It's gonna be so slow you won't even know what the fuck you're looking at. It'll be so boring.
I can't stand that.
It's a slow, dragged out, one step at a time process. And what happens is too many of us are looking for highlights, and you never seen it modeled before. You never see somebody go from 1 to 100 in 10 years, 20 years, and slowly climb. And by the time you see them and recognize and identify them, they're already on top of the mountain that you thought, yo, you came from nowhere. No, dog, 20 years. Like it's been a lot of slow walking, a lot of falling down. That's never been modeled for you because in our communities, we don't know what that looks like. So it's not your fault. You just don't know what it looks like. So when you come to this class, you're asking for how to speed up. I remember this one brother was in class, very, very intelligent brother. He said, no, I just quit my job tomorrow. I'll start my own business because this class has inspired me. I made the leap.
What the fuck?
I thought, well, how you set your finances up? Because I know you don't think you're going to just be top of this game tomorrow. That's not very common. What's more common is the process. So a lot of us are taking these classes looking for, by next year, I'm going to blow my business up. No, by next year, you should be further than you were than last year. You should grown past your expectations, but you got a long journey in front of you. But you never seen that model. Go ahead.
I was just going to say that I think there is a value to coming and watching somebody that's ahead of you from a business perspective, because it teaches you to stop looking at the highlight reels. Like, I think that there's so much power in consistently seeing the boring stuff. And like, one of the things that I've observed from both you and Court is the fine line differences on how you make decisions or how you word things or how you pause in between things. And those tiny little tweaks, how they add up. But if you don't see that, like, and I've got to watch that over years, if I look back and I'm like, well, I do the same thing. I work out, I read, I do this. From a comparison space, it can seem like tit for tat, we're doing the same thing. But I think that the value of watching somebody that's ahead of you is realizing the differences in how they do it to the outcome.
You're right. But the problem is that most people, they show it to me, they're not asking for that. And I would totally sense that if somebody comes to me like, hey, I just want to get a feel for the energy and the flow of your office and just kind of see what it feels like, right? There's time and places. Most people are showing up to me with a loser archetype. How can I what can you show me this amazing thing, these techniques? Like they think they're going to come in and watch me do a famous kick and then leave and do the same famous kick. No, you're not. I'm not going to raise my leg. Keep going. I'm out. I'm not doing that shit. No.
The culture often celebrates winging it and clowning planners. Sorry.
So think about this.
Clowning planners.
So winging it, our culture is into winging it. Man, I ain't gonna plan. Man, I just usually get in there and I just figure shit out. Figure shit out is winging it. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. Trust me, it's bull. Especially if you get used to that shit and now it's time to plan, you gonna find you stuck in winging it. It's bullshit. Upgrades.
Introduce minimum standards as a form of dignity.
Mm-hmm. So okay. You want to start with a minimal relationship with standards. These are my standards and I don't break them. And have dignity in your standards. I know a lot of times we break our standards and bend our standards all the time. I'm trying to say some of this for the winner, but I'm gonna try to say this for the winner. I'm gonna say this for the winner. But yeah, just learning to start off with a minimal and then slowly grow your standards. You don't want to go over standard either. You can have too many damn standards to the point that you're undesirable. Like people can't even be around you, right? Keep going.
Frame. Your standards are your self-respect made visible to other people.
No, read that shit again because I don't think people heard what the fuck you just said because that's how cold it is.
Your standards are your self-respect.
Your standards are your self-respect. Your standards, the standards you set for yourself is your form of projection of your self-respect made visible for other people. I mean, if you don't respect yourself, you have no standards. The more standards you have for yourself, the more you can tell people, no, I don't, and yes, I do. That's a reflection of your personal value. Remember how many times I've been in this class court and people say, what is boundaries? How do you create boundaries? Because they didn't have strong enough standards to set for themselves. They don't even know how to even approach standards. The word boundaries is a foreign term that they're saying, how do you even use that word? Which means you don't have enough respect for yourself. Loser archetype. Next slide.
Dishonesty, especially with self.
Remember the press secretary? Let's go.
Core pattern. Lies to others to save face.
So that's press secretary. Keep going.
Lies to self. I'm grinding when they barely put in work.
That is so damn common. When you talk to a lot of people, they talk bigger than how they're really showing up. I've busted people out before like, you ain't doing all that. Cut it out. I can look at what you're doing. Go ahead.
Rewrites history to avoid responsibility, pretending they didn't really want it anyways.
Yeah, you know, when I started, I mean, I said I wanted, but I mean, I wasn't. And whatever you say after that, it's just a narrative to protect yourself. Keep going.
Cost. Can't build self-respect on lies. Deep down, they know they're not telling the truth.
So you're losing self-respect because you get used to like lying to yourself, but deep down inside, you know you're lying to yourself. So in the end, you're damaging your self-respect. Now let's talk about how it shows up. Let's go.
Fronting. Business is great when they're drowning.
Okay, let me show you how this shows up real quick. Have you guys ever tried to plan things with a group of black people that weren't your family, and everybody had to put their money in, and when it came time for the money to come in, with all the talk was up here, and when the money came time to put in, the conversation went way the fuck down here, and maybe two of you left standing?
Yes.
That's very common. So guess what happens with that? Now I don't look at you as a respectable source to build anything because I can't trust you because you lied too much about what you can and cannot do. So when I want to build something, I'm looking at where can I find somebody to help me build this, because all you guys talk bigger than you really are. When ultimately you make these big promises, but when it comes time to put your money on the table or to actually move on it, you ain't gonna be there. Mm-hmm. So I don't value black people like that. You just niggas to me. You go from black people to these niggas out here. Look, think of the term when you say niggas, what you're saying. It's a disconnect. It's a devaluing. It's a loser term. It's hard for you to let that word go. I know it's hard for you to let that word go. It's a loser's archetype. Keep going.
Overpromising to clients to avoid looking small.
Okay, funny. Okay, yeah, overpromising clients. So overpromising clients. So can you get that done? Yeah, I can get that done. And tell your friend, I don't know how the fuck we'll get that done. You try to avoid looking small. I'm not talking about like you don't take on opportunities, but you overpromise and then work yourself to death. And you say, I worked so many fucking hours and I'm so exhausted because you overpromised, dog. Because you didn't want to look small. But you'll never say that you overpromised to avoid looking small. And you'll blame working hard is why your life is stressed when you were moving like a loser that caused you to overpromise. Go ahead.
Hiding debt, hiding confusion, hiding ignorance. Yeah, I got it. And they don't.
You won't say, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I don't know what that word means. You hide your debt. Nah, man. You know, you investing? Yeah, I'm investing. You ain't invested in your goddamn life. You'll say things like, or I might talk about, hey, man, you can go down to the bank and make this saving. Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. You won't say, you will hide your ignorance because you don't want people to think that you're stupid or you're traumatized by that, so you avoid it at all costs. Now, let's go to where it comes from. Next slide.
Respectability politics. Don't let them see you struggle.
Y'all didn't grow up in a black household that told you that? I was taught that. Don't let them see you struggling. Don't let them see us struggling. Keep your head up. Keep going.
Code switching and performance just to survive school, work, and church.
So you always have to change who you are because you're never good enough to survive these other spaces. Keep going.
A history of being judged harshly for any mistakes.
So every time you made mistakes, you got your ass whooped. You got judged harshly. You got teased. You got told you got bullied. He said earlier. This is where this shit comes from. How do you upgrade? Let's go.
Honesty as strategy, not just morality.
Mm-hmm.
Example, posture. That's a little outside my current lane. Here's what I can do well.
So that's how you do it. So for example, somebody asks you, can you do this? Hey, that's outside my lane, but this is what I can do. As opposed to, yeah, I can do it. No, you can't. But in the end, you fear that you'll be judged. So now you don't overpromise, your business is out of control because these promises are these weighted areas that you really are not good at. And so now your reason your business is running sloppy is not because what you do is really, really good. These overpromises are killing you. Upgrades. Oh, we did upgrades. Okay. Next slide. I'm trying to get to the winners. Next slide.
Short-term emotional reactions run
Josh,
everything.
you behind us. There you go. Here you go. Come on. Oh, here you go. So short-term emotional reaction runs everything. Now this is short-term thinking versus long-term thinking. Losers can't think long-term. They don't own long-term thinking. Let's get into it.
Easily triggered, easily offended, easily discouraged.
Have you ever been on the internet lately? Everybody's easily triggered, easily offended, and easily discouraged. Let's keep going.
Makes decisions based on mood, not values or commitments.
So, I hear what you're saying now, but what I feel and what always meant a lot to me, I hear that all the fucking time. I can't tell you how often I got to navigate everybody's feelings. I'm talking to you about business, but I got to figure out how to get around your feelings to get to the objective. Keep going.
One bad day equals throw the whole plan away.
Mm-hmm. Keep going.
Cost. Life is like a boat with no rudder. Wherever emotions go, life goes.
So wherever your emotion goes, that's where your life keeps ending up. And you keep supporting your emotions. You keep defining, you keep protecting your emotions. At the end of the day, it made me mad. And I really didn't feel so good about this. And I don't give a fuck. Nor does the world. Keep going. Now how it shows up.
Cursing out clients, quitting partnerships, blowing up in DMs.
So you ever been fussing at anybody, cussing people out, blowing up on folks? Let's keep going.
Making big moves from hurt. I'll show them.
This is why I run my business. I'm going to show them. I'm going to show my parents. I'm going to show my friend. I'm going to show them. This is all losers' language and archetypes. I want y'all to stay with me. Keep going.
Ghosting when ashamed or overwhelmed.
Y'all want to talk about some students who love this class? Keep going. Next slide.
Short-term emotional reactions run everything.
Mm-hmm. Where it comes from.
Racial battle fatigue, microaggressions, and constant disrespect.
So if you constantly deal with microaggressions, constant cultural disrespects, or racial discussion fatigue, this creates this behavior. Keep going.
Neighborhood norms. When you feel played, you have to respond.
So yeah. So you got used to when cats come at me, I got to respond. Right? That impacts the way you're showing up to business. Right? If somebody disrespect me, yeah, I'm going to respond. I got to respond. I just got to respond. No, the fuck you don't. Court talked about this a long time ago. After about 2 minutes, it'll go away. That's where road rage comes from. I got to respond. When I had a stimulus and response, I got to respond. Forget I heard stimulus space. I heard the space, but I got to respond. It overrides the fucking space because I feel I got to. Because I grew up, I had to. So as an adult, I still got to. This is why I'm still stuck in a loser role. That's what you should say next. Keep going.
I was raised in a household where yelling, slamming, and threats were normal ways to resolve conflict.
Hear me? This all creates emotional damage where you use emotions to drive your decision making, your reactions, your relationships begins and ending because you grew up in a household where everybody was yelling, slamming, threats, and no ways of resolving conflict. Upgrades, go.
Key line. Your feelings are data. They're not always instructions.
Mm-hmm.
Train 2 speeds. 1, street speed for safety.
Mm-hmm.
2, strategy speed for business. Slow down. Think, then act.
There's always more than one speed. You got to learn how to have multiple speeds. I understand. Like, if you ran up on me in court and swung on us, you'll see my street speed show up. But when I'm in business, I don't bring that shit to work. I don't bring that shit to my household. I don't bring that shit to my children. I don't bring that shit to my friends. Because I realize it doesn't give me what I want. Next slide, because I'm trying to get to the winners.
Status addiction and value comparison.
Hear this shit out. This is another cold one. Oh my God, this is so cold. Keep going. This status shit is cold. Go.
Core pattern. Constantly doing value comparisons to feel above or below someone.
So did the court just not teach this? Okay, watch this. Keep going.
Uses data, opinions, or deep takes mainly to prove.
Keep going.
I'm actually greater than that person or group.
So one of the things that losers always have a tendency to do, this is why black people, when we started studying black history, we were always trying to define why we were, we have the strong hair, the strong skin. We come from a stronger race. We're the original people. It's because we feel like losers. Winners don't even give a shit about that. This is losers archetype. They will always do comparisons. Yeah, see, white people, what they do, they, and whatever we're going to say after this is going to be nasty. They, this is what white people do. Those Asians, this is what they, because you feel like, I'm losing. But when you become a winner, that's not your conversation anymore. Keep going.
They're way above me, so I'm nothing.
So a lot of times you look at Mark Zuckerberg, not regular white people, and automatically say, well, he's a multi-billionaire. That means, this life is unfair. My life is shit. Go ahead.
Cost. Identity stays tied to other people's positions.
Your identity becomes part of other people's position. This is what pro-black is. Your identity is based upon white people's position. You don't know how to be black in spite of. You black in relationship to white people. Remember I said last week, stop worshiping white people? Because this is part of our loser archetype. We've been taught to worship white people to define ourselves. Let's go for it. Keep going. Not your own growth, but not your own growth in alignment. Now get into how it shows up.
Upward comparison that shrinks you. They got money and power, so I'm nobody. People like us will never really be on that level.
People like us. That's what hip hop is based upon, people like us. Keep going.
Upward comparisons that flips into moral superiority. They got money and power, but we are more moral, spiritual, real, creative, resilient.
Y'all tell me they ain't the pro-black, they ain't how we talk all the time. They got money, but we got more morals, and we're more resilient. And I'm so proud of our resiliency. I'm going to the Museum of Resilience. It's hard to get in. And trust me, when they say, when they do that shit, I'm like, I'm not going with y'all. Oh, nah. Hey, what happened when we was in Tulsa? Did I not? I don't go to that shit. Because that's the shit you pushing on. I don't want to see that shit. It's trash. Keep going. This is shit I've been doing with for 8 years. It's like me and Mashama ride in this space through growth. I wasn't born in this space. I don't have no family. My family is all the things I just named. All my family members, right? But we grew into this space because we started realizing in these conversations, in our projects, in our relationships, this shit ain't working. Keep going.
Downward comparisons to inflate self. At least I'm not like those people. Yeah, they're rich, but they dumb, fake, sell out, so I'm actually better.
How many times have we said that?
This is great.
Like, sell out. What makes you feel better than this dude, this black, the Indiana Pacers? They sellouts. Yeah, Josh is a sellout. But go ahead.
The goal isn't growth, it's soothing a status wound.
So the goal is, all your language is not focusing on growth, it's soothing the pain of your status. Because at the end, you feel like you have a lower status. So when you talk bad about other people, it soothes the pain. That's all you're doing. That's why people can sit around and talk about this shit for hours. It makes them feel good about their lower status. All right, next slide. Where it comes from.
Status addiction and value comparisons. Real power gaps, seeing others with money, safety, and access that you don't have. Deep status wounds, being treated as less than by systems, teachers, bosses, and police.
So Gabby just said that. She hates to be treated less than. So that's something that we've normalized. From our police treat us less than. That's what the whole Black Lives we was really arguing. I'm tired of police making us feel less than, right? Our teachers feel less than. Systems, when white people get in front of you, as a privileged white person, and I do apologize for that. Bitch, stop trying to tell me I'm less than you. Please. I remember this white woman told me that. She says, she's from Purdue, professor. She was talking to me, and she's like, as a privileged white woman, I said, I'm sorry, how much money do you make? She told me, I said, I make more than you and your husband combined. I have no interest in your fucking conversation of you being privileged. Don't ever say that shit to me again. Like, bitch, you're not gonna just tell me I'm smarter than you. I don't even know you. But but that kind of concept we gotten used to it that we even start saying, I hate that it's so privileged because you're a loser. That's the reason you're framing it from a loser perspective. Keep going.
Hey, wait. Let's pause for how cold that is. That's cold than a motherfucker, boy.
Come on.
Crazy.
So, all right, so let's go. Go. So desensitized wounds, okay, be treated as less than, okay, no solid internal sense of worth. Let's go.
I'm okay if I'm above somebody. I'm trash if I'm below
read
somebody.
it from no solid. Go from no solid internal sense of worth.
Okay. No solid internal sense of worth.
Remember I told you guys the greatest problem I've ever dealt with black folks is they don't feel like they're good enough? There you go. When you talk to black people one-on-one, what's going to surface is, I don't feel like I'm good enough. Which means you have developed a loser's archetype. Keep going.
So worth is always borrowed from ranking. I'm okay if I'm above somebody. I'm trash.
Stop. So I'm doing better than most black people. I'm good. You hear that? I'm better than their business. I'm good. I'm better than my family. I'm good. I'm the first to go to college. I'm good. No, you're not good. Cut this shit out. That's loser talk. We don't even see where we really are because we're doing false ranking, which soothes our lower status and our lower sense of self. We feel, I don't need to grow my business anymore because when I look at my family, I'm already way in front of them. That's false stimulation because you're thinking like a loser archetype. Keep going.
Upgrade. Move from ranking people.
No, I'm trash if I'm below somebody, which also means sometimes you also go online and look that you're beneath somebody and by yourself, you feel depressed because I'm behind that person. So between I'm better than them and I'm behind those people, both of those comparisons are fucked up. Those are both loser comparisons. Mm-hmm. That's why I was saying what Court just said, the comparison is here, not here. This shit is, if you already get this shit, this is the water we swim in. We're fish, we're swimming in this water. We learn to adapt, but the same thing that allowed us to adapt is now our limitation of why we can't go further. So some of y'all coming out, got college degrees, highly educated, got a little money in the bank, but you can't get any further. Well, why can't I go further, Nana? It's because deep down, there's a culture that's just invisible, this abstract ocean that surrounds you of thoughts and words and conversations from your loved ones that says, yeah, you're a loser. Keep going. No, we saying slide. Keep going. Upgrades.
Move from ranking people to studying patterns.
Which I'll get into that a little later. Keep going.
Not who is better or worse, but what can I learn or reject from how they move?
100%. Keep going.
Healthy comparisons equal benchmarking, not self-worth. Mm-hmm. Benchmarking questions. What habits got them that result?
So, first of all, if you love anybody that's performing, don't look at what they have. Ask yourself what habits did they use to get to their results? What habits did they form? And then use that to audit your habits, not get into like comparisons of value. Because you'll find quite often the people who are outperforming you, their habits are totally different than your habits. You have drunk, lazy habits and you want highly professional outcomes. Let's go.
Which of those habits fit my values and lane? Mm-hmm. What do I choose to do differently on purpose? Mm-hmm. Identity frame. My worth is non-negotiable.
Your worth is non-negotiable. Listen here, people. Hear my voice. I know some of y'all I know some of that shame monster may have took off in this class. It's not about self-shame. Say this again. Read this one. Listen to what Shakina's about to read. Start from the beginning. Say it again, Shakina.
Identity frame. My worth is non-negotiable.
You never put your. You ever heard me say, "Don't put your value on trial"? Because sometimes I'm talking to people and I hear their value is on trial. Your value is not on trial. If we have a mistake, is just a mistake. When you guys testified in this class, I thought it was absolutely beautiful because we're all imperfect trying to grow. Your value was never on trial to anybody in this room, but our brain will tell us it is because we're status-seeking animals. Go.
My behavior and skills are what I'm comparing and upgrading.
That's it. So when you're talking about things, your flaws, it's just about your behavior and skills, not your personal value. Separate your value from your skills and your behavior. Slide, because I'm trying to get to the winners. I want to read these. I'm going to run through these winners. Now, mind you, I'm going to come back and teach this next year. I'm going to slow it way the fuck down. But I want to give us this loser archetype as this is the ocean we've been swimming in that we normalized. Go ahead.
Important. A loser archetype is not destiny. Most people who live in these patterns aren't evil or stupid. They're often hurt, trauma, shame, rejection, racism, poverty, abuse, etc. Unseen. No one modeled a different life.
So what happens, a lot of us, okay, you come from, let me make this really simple. You come from a fucked up background, slavery and Jim Crow, right? And poverty and all these different type of challenges. But you also didn't see people model a healthy lifestyle while in that. So what you're doing is you're taking what models you do know and trying to make them work. It's not your flaw. You can't be what you don't know. Right? And so a lot of these flaws you guys are shaming yourself for or be like, oh my God, I'm so ashamed of this. You don't realize they're baked in from the culture. You didn't wake up as an evil, you wasn't born an evil baby. And you just finally matured into evil decisions, right? It's literally the water you're swimming in, you just learn to adapt, but it's producing these flawed behaviors, and then you build narratives to support those flawed behaviors. Keep going.
Untrained. No one taught discipline, systems, or emotional skills.
Let me tell you something. So I started working on discipline and structure in my family. Do you know that's the hardest fucking thing to teach? Mm-hmm. Because you know why? My family doesn't escape. My family doesn't get to escape the culture. So the culture is telling them one message, and I'm trying to say, no, as a family, we need to focus on structure and discipline and getting things done. And they listen to the outside world. The outside world's going, no. We just need to be Cardi B and shake our ass and make some money. I'm not lying. Like the cross messaging is crazy. Like religion is saying be a better person, and hip hop is saying do the fuck you want. Mm-hmm. And no one sees that. No one sees it but besides me, huh? That's just crazy. Like it's the opposite worlds. The growth, power, influence, strong culture saying restraints, submission, discipline, and social justice says, but who is he to tell you should have discipline and restraints? And I don't respect those people. And I don't feel like nobody should tell anybody anything. Matter of fact, you should even have restraint on who you are. You know what? You don't even have to be who you are as a human being. Forget your insides. What do you want to call yourself? Restraints are bad. They're absolutely bad. Keep going.
So, this isn't about shaming people. It's about naming the pattern so we can choose something
That's
else.
the key of this thing. I named the loser archetype. Now go to the next slide.
Antidotes. Very
read these
short
fast. I'm not
version.
going to interrupt anything. Just read these fast so I don't get to the winners. Read these.
Victim. Agent. What part of this is mine to own? Excuses. Commitment. Do one small thing daily. No debate. Comfort. Growth. Choose one hard, beneficial thing every day. Fixed mindset. Learning mindset. Failure equals data, not identity. That one needs to be read again. Envy. Inspiration. What can I study from their win? No standards. Minimum standards. Sleep. Hygiene. Work blocks and money tracking.
Real quick, go to the gym, go get you some sleep, eat well. You know what DC was teaching in class?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, keep going.
Thought you wasn't going to interrupt me.
That's why I stopped. Keep going.
Dishonesty. Radical honesty was self first. Emotional reactivity. Pause and plan. Feel it, but act from your values. Status addiction, alignment. Am I aligned with my values and growing regardless of who's above or below me?
All right, take a picture of this one because this is a summary of what we just went through real fast. But I want to show you what a winner looks like because guys showing you where we shouldn't be, it doesn't really help out a lot without understanding where we need to go. So I want to get to the objective. We're gonna move a little faster. I'm gonna try to close this out in like 10 minutes. Can I get about 10 minutes to go through the winners? Because the winners fire. All right. So you guys cool? Ready for me to move on? We good? All right. Next slide. Let's get into winners. Well,
Cool.
I hate this dude. First of all, Sydney. Can we just please use Jordan for some real shit? Because this is cute. Go ahead.
Oh, God.
Watch what he gets for.
No, Pastor Chris gonna be on the line, too.
Watch. Every year I give my staff a gift, right? Watch this gift. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Core beliefs of a winner's paradigm is not I win every time, but I'm built to keep growing even when I lose.
Read that one more time so you can hear us. This is what a winner thinks. Let's go. Read this one more time because I don't think y'all hear this. Everybody, Gabby, I'm going to make Gabby grab the microphone if you don't read it right. Let's do it again. Let's do this one more time.
I'm up. I'm sorry.
But put the emotions in it because this is they ain't hearing this.
Core beliefs
There you go. Okay.
of a winner paradigm is not I win every time,
So you're not going to win every time. That's not a winner. Winners don't win every time. Let's go. Come on.
but I'm built to keep growing even when I lose.
Come on.
You're not gonna hate me.
This is the foundation of a winner. This is how I wake up in the morning. I know I'm going to take losses, but I'm built to win. I'm built to keep. I'm going to learn from my losses so I can win the next time around. I'm going to win something, but I'm going to take a lot of losses in the game. Let's go next slide. Even when I lose, come on. Okay, so let's get into this is winners.
You understand? Do you understand?
Boy, you about to get knocked out on camera. You can't do that. Lord.
Okay, come on, let's get this stimulus together. Come on.
I am an agent, not a victim.
You are an agent. You're not a victim. Let's go. This is a winner. Let's go.
The game is rigged, and I still have moves. Default questions. Given all this, what's still in my control?
So the game is rigged. But you still got moves, and what do you have control over? For example, if you decided tomorrow to sell chocolate in the black community alone, you could be a multimillionaire and never even have to deal with people you don't like. I'm just saying in the extreme concept. The reality is that there ain't no such thing as everybody's gonna hate you in all races. You can go to any white community, there's gonna be somebody gonna be an asshole. There'll be somebody who buy your product too. That's the world you live in. Ain't nobody getting everybody to love them. That's some weird shit. Only losers need everybody to love them. I don't feel like you looked at me with a Christian. If you don't get your ass out of that loser space, winners say, oh, so well, oh well. Let's keep it going. Let's go.
Takes responsibility for decisions, not blame for oppression.
Oh. So we ain't gonna talk about how, the reason we're here is because the reason I'm here because, I'm taking responsibility for decisions I'm making. Because that's where my power comes from. Keep going.
Loser paradigm. They did this to me.
But a winner paradigm is what?
They did that, and here's how I'm going to respond.
Oh! They did that, but this is how I'm going to respond. See, that's the difference. See, y'all act like when you get knocked down, the fight is over. You knock me down, now how do I need to respond to come back in and win the fight the next time around? Maybe I didn't know how to duck right. Maybe I don't have a counter punch. Something's going on here, but I'm gonna figure out what I can do. Not sit around talking about all day long. Did you feel that hit? Oh my God, he hit so hard. You might not want to get hit by him because it really does hurt. I'm still like, when I see him, I just run. Soft ass. Keep next slide.
I play long games, not.
I just waited for you to read this all day. Go ahead.
Not with me on the mic.
Okay, I'm just being silly. Come on, go ahead. Because I'm so excited about this. It's ridiculous. This is the winner mindset. Let's go. I play the long game. Come on. Mm-hmm. Not just short hits.
Not just the short hits.
Come on, let's go. Feel me? Let's go.
Willing to trade now comfort for later power.
Whoa. Willing to trade now comfort for later power. Willing to trade your comfort for power. Say that. Who told you? Are you willing to trade your comfort for power?
Man, that's crazy.
Come on, this is winter talk now. When I go on my retreat with the brothers at the end of the year to work on our shit, we're talking winter shit. The reason a lot of people can't go with us because I can't bring that loser energy into our space. It's too much. I ain't got time to babysit. When too much losers around me, I got kids. It's like I'm a grown adult with too many kids whining and crying. But when you're around winners, it's an adulting of adult lifestyle.
I think, okay, remember when you quit your job? Mm-hmm. You was making 120, 130, 140, whatever that was, in the hundreds, right? Mm-hmm. When you quit your job. Mm-hmm. When you started your business, though, what was your income?
I think I was around the first year, 12 grand a year.
12,000. So you traded 150, whatever that was, $1,000 a year for 12,000 and some power.
Man, we had Nerf guns. I would have shot over that. That shit was so brilliant. Traded comfort for power. You hear that shit? Man, look here. Next one. Keep going. Just got me fired up. Y'all understand this is winter shit.
Man, I'm telling you.
Come on, let's go. Come on, let's go. Keep going.
It excites me.
Come on.
Understands compounding skills, relationships, reputations, assets.
Let me say something real quick. If you got a family, do you realize family name, if you build a family and it develops a name, a reputation, your children will eat off that reputation? So when you're building a family, every relationship, every interaction matters because it pays itself forward. That means when you're part of a family, you can't do what the fuck you want to do. Do you ever realize that? Family's not, well, I'm an independent. I feel okay, well, get your ass out of here. Everything you do is compounding. Okay, you ever seen somebody say this real quick? I only blew up one time. You know who I am. I just blew up one time. Okay, let me translate that to money. You go to Las Vegas and you gamble all your money one time. Do you get to get some of that money back?
Nope. Everything's
compounding, baby. You don't get to do shit one. Okay, you shoot one person, you ain't never shot nobody before.
Goddamn.
You get to say, well, I ain't never shot nobody before. Come on, Judge. Let that shit go. I mean, she was talking crazy, and then he came out the room, and I had to shoot his ass. No. Well, the same thing with your relationships, when you're out there in society, your reputation. When you become an entrepreneur, you got to manage your reputation. Winner shit. That's why when I'm around losers, they talking about, well, I felt like I don't care. Well, you know what? He was being stupid. I can't be around you. I can't fuck with you like that. But when I'm with these guys at the end of the year, they don't get to talk to me about this kind of shit. They have to stay in the winter. We move. I don't have to police him because he's already driving that. I don't have to police Bashama. He's already driving that. But when I have to police you in our friendship, I'm accommodating you, but I'm not really gonna be talking to you like this. Let's keep going.
Yes, I'm not just trying to look lit this month. I'm building something my kids can stand on. Man.
I'm not trying to look lit this month. I'm building something my kids can stand on.
That part.
This is winter talk. We're talking about long-term thinking. We're thinking about our children's. We're thinking about our family name. We're not thinking about what I feel, what I want to do, what's true to me.
I quit a long time ago.
This is what losers do all the fucking time. Next slide. Let's go.
Skills are stackable.
Come on, Uncle. Now you got some good pictures up there. Let's go.
Doesn't say I'm not that type of person.
Oh, we don't never say that. If I don't know something, how do I learn it? Keep going.
Says if I can learn one thing, I can learn the next thing.
That's my. Ask anybody about me. Ask me to draw some right now and get ready to laugh. My drawing skills are worse than comical. It's so funny that I'm going to be laughing while I'm drawing it. But guess who had no art skills and became a hell of a photographer? Me. You know why? Because I said, I'm going to learn that shit. That was it. And I'll grind the next photographer next to me. While they were like, oh, I'm natural at this. Oh, well, fuck you. I'm going to keep reading. Keep practicing. Keep reading to the point that now, give me any camera and watch me smoke a lot of cats. And I don't even practice like that anymore. Well, now I picked it back up because I kind of like it. I can't leave it that far behind, but I don't do it professionally. But the point is this. I made myself. If you knew me before photography, you would be like, yo, okay, I know you got the good for gab, so I know where you can go with your life, but photography is not going to be it. I even seen people go from you can learn how to sing? If you took classes and really took the shit serious, everybody in this room can sing. Everything is learnable. Let's go. Keep going.
Treats weakness as training zones, not identity.
Every weakness is just my training zone. It's not my identity. Keep going.
I'm undertrained in that, not incapable of it.
That's it. I will never talk about that. I don't practice limiting beliefs. Next slide.
Consistency beats intensity.
Now, how many times have I been talking about consistency is more important than how much you lift at the gym or how hard you work out? Let's go. Keep going. Let's go.
Less about hype, more about daily reps.
So let me talk about hype. Today, I had a good day at the gym. I worked out so hard. Man, today in business, we did really good. I guess what? Now it looks at you and go, I don't really give a fuck. Because you're also the same person that's also really vocal about your, and last week was so hard. This is all part of the process. Shut the fuck up and go through the process. Get used to the pacing. Get used to the process. Get used to the reps. This is how the game works. Matter of fact, a hard day by itself in a single day is almost noise to my ears. Let's keep going.
Has boring systems, calendars, money tracking, content, schedule, follow-up routines.
No, this is what we have. We have boring systems. So if you sat down and say, now explain to me some of your systems, you're going to be like, okay, start again because I almost fell asleep. We have calendars, Notion, software used, money tracking. I have money tracking software. I have so many money tracking solutions. Even this class, I'm tracking it. I have an AI tracking this class and I'm engaging in making decisions, building systems and data analysis. And routines. Try to fuck with my routines. Gabby, tell me how I am about my routines.
You're bad for branding. You can't say that out loud.
But I'm very locked into my routines. I know that if I start to drift in those routines, I'm in danger. Even in my dieting, right? So, I'm allowed to eat sweets like a few times a year. But when I eat that sweet that one time, my brain the next day wants to drift and, well, you're not gonna have another. No, can't have it. Because that next day, if I play with 2 or 3 more days, I'm back into the addiction. Drifting is that damn dangerous. Keep going.
Measures self by, did I do my non-negotiables, not do I feel motivated?
Hey, Tone Vic, that motivation shit. Did you do your non-negotiables that were not motivational? These people who run around looking for motivational speakers and people, how do I get motivated, Nana? Go do the shit you don't want to do.
Even when you don't want
And get used to doing that shit. Get used to moving without motivation. And then let the motivation come once you get started.
That's why I cold plunge.
You hear me? But did you do your non-negotiables daily? Not, I just did all the stuff that made me feel good. It was a good day because I did all the stuff I wanted to do. Trash. Keep going.
I'd rather be a 7 out of 10 every day than a 10 out of 10 for 2 weeks, then disappear.
That's how people go hard in the paint and then they weak as hell. 7 and 10 mean that I'd rather maintain a consistent schedule. Okay, you ever go to the gym with somebody? This I'll give you an example of how this showed up for me. I talked about this about 2 years ago or 3 years ago. The reason I don't work out with a lot of people because they come in and all of a sudden they want to turn up to 10. And then they go away, right? 'Cause they'll never last. No one's ever last doing 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, right? And I tell them, I'm not doing that 10 with you. And people look at me like, ugh. See, I'm playing the consistency game. You playing the intensity game. And the reason you won't be here 3 years from now, because intensity is not sustainable. So I gotta figure out, I gotta negotiate where are my 7 and where are the non-negotiable 10s are nice to have. That's next the extra 3 to make 10. The nice to have. But when you go, for example, you'll feel really guilty, and you have an aha moment, and you go hard in the paint, to only realize you didn't last so long. Huh? That's how you hurt yourself too. Oh yeah, of course, absolutely hurt yourself. How you break stuff, how you underperform, how you start to produce lower quality work because you're too intense. You have to manage yourself to maintain a quality output. Next slide.
Pain is information.
Okay, little softies. Listen up here. Little fragilities. Little social justice. Little, it should not be this way because it hurts and I'm so soft. Read this shit.
Doesn't romanticize trauma, but minds it for patterns.
Oh, doesn't romanticize trauma. You know, now when I was younger, I went through a lot of trauma. And as a person go through trauma, because see, trauma, and no, my trauma is real. No, I know you don't have to respect my trauma, but I do. And that's why I don't appreciate you talking to me.
Shut up.
This is the shit I have to hear this is the shit I've been listening for 8 years. My trauma. Go ahead. And here's the trauma is important to understand it, to analyze it, to look for patterns so you can use those patterns to figure out how to navigate growth. Some of y'all are baking in the trauma. So when I'm teasing it, I'm showing you how you're baking into it as opposed to having a healthy relationship with your trauma. I'm not saying trauma is not real. It's your relationship to your trauma is what's the problem. Keep going.
Ask, what is this setback trying to teach me about my offer, my habits, my boundaries?
So every time you have a setback, you ask yourself, what is it trying to teach me about me? Keep going.
Uses
Losses.
L's. Huh?
Using your L's, taking L's. Yeah.
Uses L's to lighten strategy rather.
No tighten strategy. Don't lighten. We ain't lighten shit.
My bad. My glasses coming next week.
Hey, that's okay. Okay, baby. Look here. I got your back.
Uses L's to tighten strategies.
There you go.
Rather than deepen shame.
You hear that? So when you lose, you don't deepen your shame. You tighten your strategy. When you lose, you don't deepen shame. You tighten your strategy. When you lose, you don't deepen shame. You tighten your strategy. This is what that pain shit is about. Let's keep going.
I can't afford a wasted L.
Wait, say this. Start this shit. Say this shit one more time. I can't afford a wasted loss because why?
If I paid in pain, I'd better get wisdom with it.
If you paid in pain, you better get some wisdom for it. look here. If you paid in pain, you better get wisdom for it. For every pain you got, you better be looking for the wisdom. If you sit here and you just collecting pain with no wisdom, that's so sad.
Death by 1,000 cuts.
That's so motherfucking sad. And then I went through this, I went through that, and I went through this, and I went wisdom. What did you learn? Next slide.
Reputation is currency.
Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Come on.
Understands how people speak about you when you're not in the room is worth more than a logo.
So guess what? You want to know what people are saying about you behind your back. All this, like seeing it as a negative thing, because what that's telling you is more about how you're really moving. It's the ultimate feedback. It's the most purest form of feedback. What do they say about me when I'm not in the room? You obsessed with what do people think about when I'm not in the room? When you met, like somebody says, hey, I saw Michael the other day and he was talking about you. Yo, what did he say? No, give me all the good and bad because it helps me give me some information on how I'm moving. Because a lot of times I'm breaking glass and I don't know I realize I'm breaking glass. Or I may be doing things I don't know I'm doing. You become possessed with, in a loser community, that's a threat. That's a ground for fighting. How dare you talk about me behind my back? I'll beat your ass. Mm-hmm. But in a winner's mindset, yo, that's raw, fresh, pure data. Pure cocaine data. Go ahead.
Keeps their word. If they can't, they renegotiate early.
One of the things I learned from older businessmen before me, if they shake your hand, it's done. That's it. They ain't know, well, I didn't know. And here's the thing, if they have to cancel, you get a way enough early warning so you can keep your schedule managed. They don't call you the day 5 minutes before or the next day after. And it's smooth talk your ass. So then you learn, don't promise if you can't deliver. And sometimes if you promise, you can deliver but you don't want to, guess what? You got to go do it. Sorry. Should never promise. It's on you. Learn to control your words. Next one.
treats clients, partners, and team like walking referrals.
Everybody in your life is a referral. Everybody. This is why you being kind and being stand up and being consistent and being a virtue and being of substance and how you just react with people turns everybody into a referral. You being sometimey here, weird here, off here, on there, off here, guess what you're doing? You're fucking up your money. You're fucking up your life. You gotta be consistent from the time you wake up to the time you go back to sleep. Create fucking consistency and realize that everybody in your life are possible. Because here's the thing, all those people want to send you business and a lot of those people won't fuck with you because of the way you show up. Because you have a loser mindset that you didn't even know you had, which I'm trying to wake you up to see that you are poisoning you're living by the poison you were swimming in and you poison your relationships. Keep going.
Every interaction is either a deposit or a withdrawal on my name.
Your name needs to be something. Put something on your name.
Put some respect on my name.
Put some respect on my name and how you show up. A lot of y'all piss on your name every night. No, what do you do? With your fake promises, your shucking and jiving, your quick thinking, your inconsistencies, you're dropping the ball, your egotistical competitive status issues. You go through that whole list. If y'all didn't even print this list, to study that list, I'll print it for you and make sure you get sent to you guys. But if you study the loser list and you identify that, a lot of that stuff is destroying your reputation. And then you wonder why when you're ready to do something, you isolated by yourself in a room with just a thought with nobody there to help you get there. You've already destroyed your relationships every day. So reputation, your relationships, your name is everything. Your family name is everything. Start treating the family. Many of us didn't benefit from a rich family, but when you build a family name, you guys have no idea how that almost accelerates your opportunities. Next slide.
Emotions are real, but they don't run the business.
Come on, let's go.
Feels everything, but doesn't let feelings dictate every move.
Come on. So I feel everything, and I think my feelings are not going to make my decisions. Keep going.
Has a pause button. Prays, journals, goes for walks, calls a mentor before blowing something up.
Come on. I talked about this 1,000 times. Keep going.
Doesn't send emails or texts from rage, shame, or panic.
Panic. The key word is panic too. Stay with that word panic. So let's say something goes bad. Don't ever, when you're in a panic zone and you want to go apologize or give something back or make a promise, don't send an email. Get out of that panic first, because what you may do in that panic will cost you or destroy you more than you realize. Keep going.
My feelings are valid. My strategy still has to be smart.
So you can have all the feelings you want, but your strategy better be smart.
Hey, you know what's a good help for that? ChatGPT. I got an email that fired me up and I was so pissed. So I sent a reply, and before I pressed send, I copied it, pasted in ChatGPT. And it was like basically a hella professional way of saying, well, fuck you then, you know? And ChatGPT was like, yeah, it's probably not a good idea. Here's a better suggestion. I was like, you're right. Copied it, pasted it onto there, and sent it. And everything went much better. So use ChatGPT for this.
That's tight.
But make sure that it is not in alignment with your biases, because if you don't train ChatGPT to see your biases, it is trained to automatically agree with you, and that's really important to know.
Yeah. By the way, if you pay for an account with AI, it will learn you. You will learn your personality and learn how to work with your weaknesses and strengths. Keep going. By the way, next year we're gonna, in our exercises, we're gonna integrate a lot of AI to teach you guys how to use AI in decision making daily. So it becomes, AI should be an agent to stimulate your investigation, not the investigation. Mm-hmm. So it's like a sidekick that helps you out, accelerate it, but it's not designed to make decisions for you. Next slide.
Service before ego.
Ooh, now have I not taught this? Keep going.
Ask, what problem am I really solving? Not, how can I look important?
No. You think this is a joke? This is. Have y'all been around black people doing business? Are we trying to look important, or are we trying to solve the problems? Your packaging looks good. Your table looks good. Your items look good. You look good. Does anybody want that shit? Did you even do any research to figure out if we want it? Do you even want to hear if we want? You don't even want to hear feedback because it may offend you, because I don't want to hear that you don't want my shit. We're more into looking good and doing the right thing and being impressive and working hard and being perfect, as opposed to being in alignment. You see the difference? I can do everything perfect, but don't align with what the customer wants. My window's clean. I got new stuff going on behind me. Got fresh looking foods, prepared well. The packaging is beautiful. To who? That's a way more powerful statement. That's a quick one you can miss, but as you're saying, what problem I'm solving is a process of insights over your personal thoughts. But most of us drive how you drive your professionalism over the insights of the people you're trying to serve. Next slide. Next point. No, same slide. Next point. Keep going.
Builds offers around results for the clients, not just an expression of self.
So builds offers around results for the client, not just an expression of self. Meaning that when you build stuff, you're not trying to do what you feel the customer wants. You're trying to build things what the customer needs, and you're always trying to seek out what the customer needs. Keep going.
Knows that value delivered is what justifies price, growth, and loyalty.
Exactly. So your price is not based on some old trend. You're thinking about value and price based upon. So when you set your pricing, it's not based upon popular trends. You're thinking about what does it solve or how does it deliver for the customer. You're pulling your ego out of it. It's not about what you feel. It's about what value you're giving to the customer. Keep going.
I want my people to actually win, not just clap for me.
This is most businesses. This is online addiction. This is a whole generation that grew up on social media where you're looking for people to clap for you more than you're looking for others to win. You're online right now doing stuff about your product and you looking for people to say, "Oh, I love what you're doing. Oh my God," as opposed to, "How can I buy that?" And do you need to even be online? The question is, can you even buy it? So it's ego. Can you pull your ego out and focus on moving the product or service you signed up to move? Keep going. Next slide.
Money is a tool, not a god.
Okay, y'all know this is going to be really weird for some of y'all. Keep going. Let's read it.
Respects money but doesn't worship it.
Oh. Respect money, but you don't worship it. Keep going.
Uses money to buy time.
What? Buy what?
Time.
Huh?
Time.
Ain't that some shit? So that's why time, attention, money. Not money, time, attention. Go ahead. Uses money to buy time. What else they buy? What you just use money for?
Skills.
When the last time y'all seen black people want to buy skills?
All day.
No, like, let's be honest. How many times y'all see black people run on the streets trying to buy some skills? Not that we won't do it somewhere, like we go to college, but we don't brag about buying skills. One time you seen a rapper talk about buying skills. Let's go. Buying skills, keep going.
Assets and options.
There you go. Buying what options?
Optionality.
No, so you mean I can use my money to buy more options? Mm-hmm. Let's go. Next one.
Tracks numbers.
Tracks numbers. You know why we can't track numbers? Because sometimes when you track numbers and you're on a loser team, if your numbers are not right, it will reinforce the message that you're not good enough. So you avoid looking at your numbers. Mm-hmm. I'm giving y'all some inside game. This is why you won't track numbers. But when you become a winner, you'll tell yourself, fuck your feelings. Look at those numbers. Keep going.
Faces debt and plans.
Now, real quick. When you a loser, you run for debt like a motherfucker. You won't even look at those credit cards. You'll pay whatever you got to pay. You'll see the check would come in, but you ignore the interest rate sometimes. You ignore a certain portion of the numbers, not because you're stupid. It's because ultimately the system you live in made you feel like you wasn't good enough. So but if you're a winner, you track numbers, you face debt.
Plan cash flow instead of avoiding it.
And you plan your cash flow. You don't spend money at the end of the month and go, okay, what did I do? What happened? Winners, we looking at where we spending our money. I'm thinking about I can't turn that process off. Go ahead.
I manage money so it doesn't manage me.
That's the trick right there. We manage money so it doesn't manage us. If you don't manage money, you wake up one day and you realize you live in a lifestyle of your bad decisions. Next slide.
I don't go alone. I build with people. looks for peers, mentors, and teams instead of trying to be the solo genius.
So when you're a winner, you realize the value of the team. No solo genius is on a loser team. There's no such thing as a solo genius. That means everybody in your circle, you surrounding yourself. Remember I told you when I married my wife, I told her, I said, I have one requirement. Anybody remember what the requirement was?
Be progressive.
Yes, you had to be progressive. I mean, that everything around me must be on a winning rhythm. Otherwise, it's too toxic for me. I can't do it. I have to build that. Being a winner is not something, it's not a superpower you want to have by yourself. You have to build winner circles. And that winner circle will because you're going to want to slip back into loser spaces all the time. And a winner will be like, hey, we don't do that. Hey, what you doing? And because you want to be a winner, all you have to say is, hey, you ought to be like, whoa, am I slipping? But if you say I'm a loser, hey, they'd be like, hey, you be on my ass, stay out of my business. I'm not even exaggerating. I've done hey to losers. It's always been bad. But when I say hey to a winner, it's a full out, thorough, investigative conversation. Keep going. We're almost done.
Knows how to ask for help, pay for help, and receive help.
Black men, I'm just talk to us for a second, because black women, y'all do a little better than us. You know we don't want to ask nobody for no goddamn help. We don't want to pay for no help. Pay for help. Pay for help. And even receive help. We almost see that as a threat to our manhood. That's because we stick in a loser space. Keep going.
Wants to lift as they climb without losing focus on their own discipline.
So we lift as we climb, but without losing our. Okay, the difference of lifting as we climb, but without discipline, is if you lift without climbing, you become a people pleaser and you drift. So when we lifting as a Court, when Court first met me, Mashama, Pastor Chris, we're trying to lift. We're trying to climb, but as we climb, we're lifting others with us. But we realize we have to have boundaries, otherwise we will fuck around, slip around, and fall because we don't have the discipline to protect our boundaries to keep us from becoming a victim of the lift. The lift can destroy you if you don't have boundaries. Mm-hmm. And that's really a people pleaser. Keep going.
Closed mouths don't get fed. Closed circles don't grow.
Oh, this hinder. I mean, how many times I talked about hero shit throughout the year? The hero shit is toxic. This shit you're trying to be a part of, it's about circles. It's about groups. When you watch high performers, look at their groups. If you ever get a chance to be invited to a high performer circle, watch their groups. Watch their groups. It's gonna be a whole bunch of there'll be people within that group that's feeding their winning mindset. Next slide.
How does this specifically hit for African American entrepreneurs?
Okay, go ahead.
A winner paradigm often sounds like, yes, racism is real, and I will still master this game.
Is that what Pharrell said the other day? Hey, real quick, y'all heard what Pharrell said, right? Anybody didn't hear what Pharrell said the other day about that? Look, that DEI might be over, but I still want to be paid for being the best. And he got railroaded by all these active leaders. Like, for real. You don't understand the stuff as black people what you went through. Well, the problem was the people that were analyzing him was from a culture that don't see the winner mindset. And the winner mindset says, yes, racism is real. No one's here to deny that. Like, you have to almost be crazy to deny that. Or you have to be in some fool myself. But I still have to master this game. Otherwise, if you're not master the game, guess what you're doing every day? You're at war with reality. Next slide. Next point. Same thing. Keep going.
I refuse to be defined by the worst thing that happened to my family.
I refuse to be defined by the worst thing that's happened to my family. Hear me, everybody. Hear me. I refuse to be defined by the worst thing that's happened in my past, my family. Some of y'all keep talking about this. I don't want to hear this shit no more about shit that happened 30, 40 years ago. Stop letting that definition control you. You have the power to stop that shit. Keep going.
I will be the first in my line to understand contracts, equity, and ownership.
Come on. Let's go.
I don't have to overcompensate with flexing. My work will speak.
Come on, man. Let's go. I don't need to ride a Ferrari. My work will speak for me. Let's go. Keep going. Come on.
I'm allowed to be structured, excellent, and wealthy without apologizing or shrinking.
Let's go.
It's not pretending the history ain't there. It's deciding I'm going to be dangerous inside this system because I know the history and I still choose to build.
We know the history. We just choose to build. It's just that those who in a loser mindset can't see that combination. They see a different. When I talk like this in front of losers, they say I'm a sellout. They don't see the activist in me that's saying, no, I refuse to let that past hold me back. And I accept everything you accept. I just have a different way of approaching, which is I'm going to still build. You're not about to punk me because of what you did in the 60s. You ain't that bad. That's like somebody said, I beat your uncle up 10 years ago, so I might be 80 years of age, but you don't want to fuck with me. 80-year-old man, if you don't sit your ass down.
It's like shackling yourself to a sinking ship.
That's what we're doing. But when we talk like this in public, it's not well received.
We don't even speak like this in public.
We don't talk about this in public.
That's why I'm hella juiced, because this kid is quiet. You just don't say nothing. You just do. But This is what's going on inside our brain.
This is how our brain is working. And if you don't know, if you're living in the other paradigm, you think, oh, these Negroes selling out. Oh, you think because you made it, it ain't like for the rest of us. No. It's like that for us still. We don't get to escape racism. We just got some moves when we run up against it. But we know it, we expect it, and we start designing and strategizing to navigate it, and then sometimes even using it in our favor. Mm-hmm. But we don't get caught in the binary story of good versus evil, and that's all there is. White versus black, that's all there is. Smart versus dumb, that's all there is. We're moving between those cracks at all times. But you also have to realize, when you think like this, what's also the weight that's constantly pulled. Like, for example, everything I read in the loser space, I can feel it just like you can feel it. I can feel all those loser points I read. All those loser points, I can feel every last one of them. But what I have to do is I have to have metacognition, which is think about my thinking and say, that's not true, bro. I refuse to let you respond to that. And when I get into, and I've gotten fast, over years I've gotten faster and faster and quicker to the point out I'm responding before, I'm able to respond before you finish your sentence of, no, I'm not going that way. But that's practice. I'm not special. So you're not crazy what you're feeling. It's just that no one's modeled what the strategy should be to go the opposite direction. Is there any slides after this?
We done. We out.
Come on, tell me I didn't do it. This shit is so damn, people, I can't begin to tell you this. Look. This loser talk minority, as black minorities in this country, as poor folks, Black Lives Matter. I'm a gangster. I don't give a fuck. I ain't with this shit. I'm hard out here. I'm hip hop. You know what I'm saying? I'm hip hop. You know what? I'm a creative, and I don't really do all that shit you talking about. I'm over here. All that lowering language is producing traits and characteristics and behavior patterns that's causing losses. It's not you. You're going to have to learn how to think like a winner. And I can say this, when I first was introduced to winner thinking, it hurt. Court, did it feel weird when the first person came to you about winner thinking? You feel like, dude, you almost want to call them a sellout because it felt weird. It felt like you didn't identify with my pains and woes and you was on some other shit. And once you develop that mindset, you hear things different. I can literally, when I heard Pharrell speak, I said, as an entrepreneur, I was like, yeah, I hear what you're saying. I totally get it. Now you could have said it differently. Yeah, but I know exactly what you're saying. But everybody else who heard from Roland Martin to, they went after Pharrell's, they went after him with like pitchforks and axes, right? And the reason they came at him so difficult because they have a Roland Martin preaches the language of losers. If you watch Roland Martin, watch 2 or 3 episodes and go home, just pull up Roland Martin, and he's articulating the mindset of a loser. A mindset of a winner has a different conversation, and most of us are not comfortable with it. And I can promise you, the biggest thing I've been accused of in this class is translation problems. Do I care about everybody that's ever been in this class? Absolutely, 100%. Do I want everybody in this room to win? 100%. But can you hear it? Most of the time you can't. You can't. Until you actually, once you cross that bridge, you start practicing winter stuff. Corey, am I lying about this stuff? It would almost feel like I'm offensive to you, or I'm hurting you, or I'm mean-spirited, or I'm too harsh. But when you come to this other side, you realize, no, this is just basically how we breathe. Because the relationship we have with the world and we're building, the world, I was talking to somebody in the city of Oakland today, and this is a program in Oakland right now that's trying to build they got a lot of money to do a lot of stuff in Oakland. And the person said to me, that program is really nice. It's going to absolutely fail. This person knows for sure it's going to fail in the city of Oakland. And I can't tell you who the person is and who the group is because I want to show you how harsh it is. They said, because the person's not dealing with reality. If you don't build a relationship with the city, the cost of the fees for development alone would consume majority of their resources, unless you have a relationship. Because once you get into the city, you realize the city is not just a one form of thinking; it's multiple layers. It has city is a combination of federal, state, county, city, and districts all work together, but they're always conflicting and fighting against each other, right? Now, when COVID came around, they shut all those different departments down. So now COVID was going away. As they turn those things back on, they're not synchronized. So when you want to build something in the city right now, these things are out of sync. They're not synchronized. So feds are in Oakland. State is in Oakland. Do you realize the city government had to work around city council to call Gavin Newsom to bring the police down because city council was on defund the police while the city leaders was like, yo, we need support down here. It's going crazy. So they call Gavin Newsom and then tell the city council. This is how the shit is working. So when you say, I want to do some shit in the city, if you don't build a relationship with politics and you get caught in the wrong pipeline and between an argument and conflict, it's going to cost you some money. It's going to cost you some money. Oh, and then they add also culture. That's another layer to when you build in the city of Oakland. If the culture don't go along with it, they tear your shit up. So what I'm trying to say to you is that this shit is so complex that the kind of personalities we have, we got to come up against those kind of wars and battles all the time when we're moving in society. All these things. Do you understand the insurances we got to pay, the fees we got to pay, the penalties, the competition, all that shit? So it builds a different kind of animal. So then when you come to me and say, no, is my business doing well? And I'll be like, let me see it. Okay, why do you think it's doing well? Because this is so beautiful. And I put so much. No, that's actually trash. Why do you think it's doing so well? I can't talk to you no more, Nana. I'm not trying to hurt you. But I can hurt you easily by saying, oh, wonderful, it's looking great. And then all that money you spend on that badass idea, that hurts. That really fucking hurts. It does. So if y'all want this winner, let me know if y'all want the winner's archetype printed. I'll get that back to you. I'm closing out with this heuristics. Another thing that's bothered me about this class for the last 8 years, I'm going to have my testimonies. It's people who will take a class and be like, Nana, I remember your class. It was so impactful, and I changed. That's your ego talking. It's bullshit. You didn't change. Change is a growth process. If you announce change, that means you changed nothing. If you learned something from this class today and you announce within the next month you changed nothing. You know why? Because change requires a complete ecosystem. It requires different culture. It requires different habits, different routines, different discipline structure. That's like you said, hey, Nana, I just changed. I'm about to lose hella weight. I just changed my dieting. And I go to your house and everything, all the refrigerator looks exactly the same it was before you changed. Your routine's the same as it was before you changed. But the only difference is you wear gym clothes when you leave the house. This is how I believe you. So I want you guys to understand that this growth you guys are embarking on is not meant to be instant. There's no instant growth. That's your ego telling you that's how it works. Stop making these announcements like, yeah, I remember you taught ego. That's why I don't have an ego no more. No, you have even more of an ego for saying that. I'm giving the shit 100. The reality is that if you're really working on your ego, which I think everybody can, everything in this class you want to change, you can change. But set the path of growth and realize it's one foot in front of the other. Have a good night.